Hey guys, we're going to get into the podcast in just a minute, but first, a word from our sponsors.
I interrupt this program for a very special announcement. Did you ever wish you were like me? A powerful ninja? Fool! You could never be like me. You are much too weak. But you could get close. How? With today's sponsor, bathinmymilk.com. After a hard day of slaying my pathetic enemies, there is nothing better than enjoying a luxurious soak to regain my full ninja might. As you can see here, I am enjoying such a revitalizing experience. This company, which I'm sure Cobra will soon take over, offers the following types of milk: whole, skilm, goat, oat, and even dolphin milk. Yes, ninja in training, for they are also mammals. However, if you wish to be a powerful ninja, second only to me, you must bathe in low cow milk, as it is taken directly from their udders, specifically this week low cow. What is that? You haven't seen me in this tub the whole time? Of course not, fool, for I am ninja. You will not see me until I allow you to, and then it will be too late. 4 out of 5 ninja agree that Bathe in My Milk's product is the path to greatness. Why not the 5th ninja, you ask? Was he slain for the dishonor of disagreeing with me? No, Gaijin! He was killed during a mission by a samurai. For no ninja would dare disagree with me. Simply go to bathinmymilk.com and email the site owner with an order. Use code NINJA to pay an extra 50% for your order. What, you wanted a discount code? Fool! A true ninja lives for adversity. bathinmymilk.com. Buy it, or my blades will be the last thing you see.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3POA podcast, episode 33. Great to see all 294 of you in the chat right now. Please hit that thumbs up. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 3,000 subs. Would love to hit that number tonight. I am your host, LaserPants, also known as Ryan. I am joined, as always, by my good friend of yours, the man behind Analog Toys, and the desert rat himself, Tony Roberts. What's up, Tony? Got a little beer there?
Having a pale ale at 9 o'clock in the morning. I want to make this really quick because I want to bring in our guest of honor. I remember walking into a newsagent's in, I think, 1989, 1990, whenever it was, when the G.I. Joe comic, when the issue came out where they were going to unmask Snake Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so excited for that. And that's exactly how I feel about tonight's show. We're about to unmask Snake Eyes. So without further ado, let's go.
All right. We are also joined by our good buddy, the man behind Valiverse, the CEO, COO, CFO of Valiverse.
The Wolf of Toy Street.
The Wolf of Toy Street. Bobby Valla. What's up, Bobby? What's going on, man?
Fun coupons, baby. Fun coupons.
Been shipping stuff like crazy. It's been mayhem at
We
Valiverse
got
HQ.
out. We hit a record today. My crew is actually out in the warehouse listening live because they're savages. They didn't want to stay here. We got out more orders today than we've ever gotten out before. Ever. The entire loading dock is full. Huge. Amazing.
Good Lord. Well, let's be honest. Everyone's here to see our guest. Everyone. It is my esteemed pleasure to, for the first time, invite to the live stream Mr. Articulated Ninja. What's
Yeah,
going
you
on,
got
man?
my music. You got my music. Thank you.
I got it. What's going on, man?
Thanks, man. It is so good to finally be on camera with you guys.
Yeah.
It's our pleasure, man. We've all been talking in our private chat. We've been jazzed for this for weeks.
Look,
It's historic.
yeah. Your YouTube channel caught my eye earlier this year, or actually earlier last year now. But just the production value, beautiful 4K shots, and something about your voice. You got like this voice that just cuts through you. You quickly became my favorite YouTube channel. So keep up the good work. You're doing awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, prior to you saying that, my girl would always tell me like she likes my voice, but I never believed her. But to hear it coming from some grown men, there got to be some truth to it. There has to be some truth to it.
Your girl means it in a slightly different way than I do.
I hope so.
Here's a perfect example. I never had someone kind of giving me some shit about the Action Force line with such a soothing voice that made me change the way I did my troopers. And I was like, that voice got me. I was like, well, I guess I gotta change them now.
Right on,
man.
All right. Look, there's been a lot of talk about the white potato.
Yes.
Hey,
he's legendary.
Apparently. But I did receive something in the mail the other day. I did post about it. I did post about this, didn't I? Online? I think I did.
I don't think I didn't, unless I don't check social media.
No, I think you
all
just
that
shared
often.
it in our chat.
Okay. Yeah. So I get tracking for a box from Valiverse. And I think, well, I didn't order anything. What's Bobby sending me? And so it comes across the country like in a couple days, which for UPS, it never happens. UPS is 7 to 10 days for me, usually from the East Coast. So I get this box in like 3 days after I get tracking. And I'm like, man, what is this? My wife's sitting there. She's like, open it. What is it? I open it up, and I did this to myself. But it was an exclusive, Valiverse exclusive. White potato action figure.
Bobby, I'm convinced that Jordan had something to do with that.
So,
Oh man.
I'll tell you.
Hold on. I gotta. Actually, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I'll tell you how this went down.
All right.
So, Ryan puts a note on his order that said some smart ass thing like, "Hey, why don't you put some free stuff in my order, but don't tell Bobby."
Yeah, it's right. It's
So-
right there.
Yeah. So what happens is that the crew, when they're boxing everything, they kind of read the notes to me. They say, hey, here's so and so left this note. But everyone knows LaserPants, so that someone pulled his order, and it said, "Hey, put some free stuff." I forgot who pulled it. Someone pulled it, but we read it, and I think Jordan, who's out there listening live right now, he goes, "We should put a potato in his order." How was that? Obviously, that's the greatest idea ever. So he goes, "You want me to go get a potato? I'll go to the food store and go get a potato." And I said, "Yep, go get a potato." So he goes. Now you would think like, okay, it's simple. You go to the food store, you buy a white potato or the closest thing to a white potato. About 10 minutes after he leaves he calls me and he's like, hey, there's like a bunch of different options for potatoes. We sent him over here. It's like, I wanted to, we have a Stop and Shop and then we have a Market Basket. I guess Market Basket is a little bougie for him. So there was all these different varieties of potato. He goes, they got this and they got that. I'm like, dude, just get a fucking white potato. He's all like, yeah, but I don't know. Dude, get the closest thing to a white potato. But we wanted a bunch of small ones so that we could fill the box. So he finally comes back. And I think we were able to, he comes back with a bag of white potatoes. And we were able to fit all but like 2 in the box. And then, of course, I took the masking tape. I wrote white potato on this. I'm going to put the trademark on there, too. And we put it on there. And then I was like, well, he's in Seattle. And it takes a while for him to get his order. So I literally paid like $50 to send
my God.
a 2-day air.
Oh,
to get when an idea comes, it's so good. And we were dying laughing for like an hour about it here in the office. When an idea like that comes to fruition, I want it to get to its destination as quick as possible. And that's why I spent he goes, you spent $50 to get this thing to me? I said, you damn right I did.
It was worth it.
It was worth every penny.
We do have a bit of an echo.
okay.
Ninja, if on your mic there, if you can turn the gain down, that might help.
Okay.
I think that just fixed it.
All right.
Let me know if that fixed anything at all.
Oh yeah, I don't hear it anymore.
That sounds good. Yep.
Cool.
All right.
But yeah, listen, man. It was. I'm telling you, we were laughing about it today because we knew, like, Jordan,
How much
we were going to tell the story on the show. So it's like he couldn't wait to hear it. He goes, "Bro, it's gonna be so good." And I was like,
how much does that exclusive? How much does it weigh?
Oh man, that's probably a good pound.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, probably a couple. Yeah, it's got some weight to it.
Now the question is, because if you leave potatoes, they start like growing vines and shit. So what are you gonna do with that?
Right.
I'm gonna throw them out.
Okay. You can vacuum seal them and then put them back in the box.
My wife was way ahead of you. I'm like, I'm going to have to throw these out, but I want to keep the box. And she goes, I printed out some potatoes. So you just cut this out, slide it in the front of the box. Boom. But yeah, so I made this order and the date is on it, June 14th, which I believe that was at Joe Fest. You revealed Series 3 and then it went up for pre-order. And I totally forgot about the notes that I put in. Lots of extra free stuff in my box, but don't tell Bobby. Well, I got what I asked for.
That's how we roll here, baby. That's how we roll.
I was thinking
on everybody.
I was thinking a vintage Steel Brigade or a Superpowers or a handful of Valiverse prototypes. Nope, white potatoes.
Hey, listen, man. Just remember, every time you put a note, you might get something in your order.
Oh man!
But that's only you, Ryan. I don't want everyone else to place orders and then start asking for shit because you're not going to get it.
No notes. Speaking of notes, let's get on with it. So I'm sure everyone noticed. Well, actually, we got like 1 million super chats already. Let's get to those, and then we're going to get in.
Hold up. Do we say our pronouns on this show, or no? It's the wrong show.
Just get him out of here. Just get him out. We don't have a guest. We don't have a guest tonight.
It was fun while it lasted. Christopher Githens, not a super chat, but he says, listening to another stream and they're complaining about people talking smack about G.I. Joe classifieds.
It must be the 6 people watching the full force.
Yeah. Consider this a palate cleanser, Chris. All right.
Tony, I figured you'd like that.
Oh, bro. Everyone's going nuts for they're all getting the Sky Strikers.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's going crazy. They get the HasLab Sky Striker. They paid, what was it, $350. Dude, people are getting Cobra Commander figures with 2 right arms in that HasLab.
Well,
I forgot to show this. Look at you are so proud of yourself. Look at that. Look.
I was so excited. So excited.
Oh my God.
Yo, he looks so happy. He looks so happy.
I've never seen him so happy.
Yup. Yup.
All right. Let's get to these super chats. The Canuck, as always, thank you, my friend. Hail the great articulated ninja, Scuba Pete, the great Bobby Valla, Tony of Analog Toys, and the dead weight laser pull-ups who's Only positive feature is his son. Hail chat and mods. Let's rock the show. Jeez.
Just stop reading his super chats. Just let them go by the wayside.
I got to admit, the only positive feature is his son. That's the first time the Canucks ever made me laugh.
All right.
I don't want to encourage you, though, Canuck.
We got one from Ted Dartclaw, helladopetoys.com. Thank you, sir. A historic moment on the hottest channel around. Keep making noise. The right people are listening. Thank you, Ted. That is our goal, man. I appreciate
That's how we
you.
roll.
Tony Robles, thank you. Time for action. Great to see some badass fellas making history today. It feels like it. We got 423 people watching. That might be a record for us.
Oh, shit.
Getting close to a record, yeah.
Thank you so much, Tony.
The top 3 YouTube channels alone can't get that many live listeners on there. Combined.
Little Plastic Men, thank you, sir. He says, I've been so excited about this show. Great to see everyone. Great to see you in the chat, man. Appreciate it. We got one from V. Connolly. Thank you. It's time for action. Enjoying the show with my girlfriend. Shout out to her. That's awesome. Shout out to Articulated Ninja for his in-depth reviews. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep. Crazy Sith. Thank you, sir. The ninja has arrived. And I got... This is so cheesy, man. I was trying to put stuff together, put something cool together. And this is about as far as my technical ingenuity can go. There we go.
That's how I should have came in. I didn't know you had that. We would have used that at first.
Thank you, Crazy Seth. Marvelous Nerd. Thank you, sir. Articulated. You can take the mask off. COVID is over.
Not for me, man. It's still going.
Nature.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, Talker Up was right. Talker Up was right. That's what
he was. You got to keep the mystique.
Yep.
Christopher Githens, thank you for the super chat. Thanks, Bobby and his crew, for getting my order out. Thanks, Bobby and crew.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
You're welcome. I got a great crew. Workhorses.
Except Mike. Not him.
Mike wasn't here today.
What?
He had to go babysit a dog or something.
Oh my gosh.
Whose idea was it to do the potatoes on your crew? What's his name?
I think it was Jordan. Because Jordan's a clown. Jordan likes to tell some jokes.
Jordan deserves a raise for that one. That was good.
I mean, he doesn't get paid as it is. So, I mean, his raise will probably be nothing. So, you know.
He will be at Joe Fest, though.
He will be at Joe Fest.
Meet him at Joe Fest.
Yep.
Master Son 42. Thank you, sir. He's been doing great on the War Stories podcast with you and Michael, Tony.
Thank you.
He says, unlike those who complained, Bobby Valla personally delivered my figures to me, unboxed them, and displayed them in my cabinets. Love to see the group plus the toy ninja himself.
I don't remember that.
I didn't get that either. Jeez.
Right?
I feel,
yeah,
awesome.
he brags a lot. You know, I don't know how much of it's true.
Thank you, Master Son. Our good buddy Scott Hughes, thank you so much. The greatest reveal in superhero history. Here's to you, my friend, the Articulated Ninja.
Thank you.
Christopher Githens with a massive super chat, dude. Thank you, sir. He says, thanks, Bobby and crew, for getting my order out. Thanks, crew and Bobby.
Wow,
he wanted to say it twice.
Super chat twice.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's very nice of you. Wow. A world made of cardboard. Thank you so much. Hello, oh great ones. Those who know, see, and hear all things. And Ryan. Dang. Seriously, though, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for the fun. Thank you, World Made of Cardboard. Appreciate you too, man. We got one from Big Bacon. Thank you, Big Bacon.
I love that name. I love that name.
Yes. J Creations, New York. Hey, Bobby, will there be a Bloody White Potato exclusive? Great to see you on the show, Ninja.
Already ahead of you.
It's coming. We got one from M. Vargo 97. Thank you, Michael. Can't wait for the show tonight. Been looking forward to it all week. Welcome, Ninja. Thank you, M. Vargo. Largo's Lair. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jim. Great to see you all together tonight. Valaverse Action Force is dominating 2023. Cheers. Cheers. Appreciate you, Jim, as always. And Shin Darius. Wow, thank you, sir. Articulated Ninja. Those drop tests would hurt some of my grown man Transformers. I do appreciate that part of the review, though. All of y'all, keep up the good work. Thank you, Shin Darius. Yeah, the drop tests have been hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah. I don't
We
even know
love
what
that.
made me start it. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it is. All right. Wow. Thank you guys so much for all the super chats. Okay. Let's get into our topic. Now, if you saw the title of the video, which I'm sure you did, it was toy prices and toy politics. It seems like toy prices have been dominating the conversation lately, but there's a reason behind that. And it's not Bobby and his white potatoes. It's that just a few years back, I think this came out in 2018, this Spider-Man GameStop exclusive was $22.99, which GameStop at that time had like the $3 markup on Legends. So Legends at the time were $19.99. They'd come with a couple extra hands, maybe an extra head, maybe an effect piece, and a bath piece for $20, maybe $22.99. This past week, Marvel Legends revealed almost the same Spider-Man on a new body, granted. $34.99. Yes, inflation is a factor, no doubt. But this is all, I mean, we're talking almost double for a couple extra web effects. When does it stop? Where is this going?
Never.
Is
It's never gonna
inflation inflation, is that an American word for greed?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean-
basically now it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not just Hasbro. Other companies are raising their prices. Of course, another Hasbro example here is Ronan the Accuser. They're calling this, well, they're not calling it a deluxe. It doesn't look like, but they're selling it at a deluxe price, $38.99. That's the base retail price on Amazon. I remember
Is that-
seeing scalpers. Go ahead.
Is that Hasbro's Amazon page?
This is, I don't know, but this is the retail price.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just screen grabbed this. When this went up, yeah, it was $38.99. It's up for pre-order now. I didn't pre-order it. It's still available. So I guess not a lot of people pre-ordered it, hopefully. But, he's got a hammer. And he's not that much bigger than an average Marvel Legends. In fact, the base body is this Colossus. That thank you, Joseph. Joseph Bet says, stop criticizing Hasbro. The fanboys will
man.
cry. Well, whatever.
So Ninja, are you going to get that $35 Spider-Man?
Without a doubt, no questions asked. Automatic. I already pre-ordered it. No, hell no. I don't know. See, and it kills me because I'll never understand. I get so much backlash in my DMs, in my comments. It's like, in what world do you feel good defending the billion-dollar corporation? I don't understand it. You're defending them when they show time and time again. They could care less about you. Absolutely care less about their consumer or customer base. And they show it time and time again.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead, Ryan.
Have you seen
I do see even the generally speaking positive channels saying, wow, this is a lot. And then they move on and talk about how much they want it. So
yep,
it's obviously not a lot to some people. Go ahead, Bobby.
Have you seen the new commercial they put out about the selfie series where you've got like the guy in the tattoo parlor getting the Arashikage symbol tattooed on him?
Yes.
Hasbro's putting out a commercial where they're making fun of their customers. That's how little they understand us.
Yeah.
They're making fun of 100 dudes that go to Joe Fest, because you'll see at Joe Fest, there's 100 dudes that walk around with a Arashikage tattoo on them.
Oh, yeah,
that's
they're all
crazy.
members of the His Tank Forum.
Yep,
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so $34.99. I did not pre-order this. That's insane. Now, I think the figure looks fine.
real
I would
quick.
like to have the Go ahead.
490 people watching. If we get to 500, I'm going to give something away.
I'll give something away too.
So will I.
Yeah.
But it's going to be worth less than $20. Just so you know, I'm not going.
I'll give away a bloody Pandora if we get to 500, but only if you're in the U.S. Because every time I get shafted with someone who lives in the UK or Canada, you have to live in the U.S.
If you live in the UK or Canada, I'll replace the prize with a Amazon gift card.
Okay.
Equal value,
If you
right?
live in the UK or Canada, you're going to get a box of potatoes.
There you go. So
what about these hands, though? What about the hands? What do you guys think about the hands?
It looks like they're shortchanging us. If they want me to pay $35, and listen, I paid $100 for a Spider-Man figure before, but the box said M.A.S.K, and it was packed with accessories. Every hand you could want, magnets in the hands, magnets in the feet, tons of web effects, not just 2 semi-useful ones and 3 useless ones.
The thing is, though, like Spider-Man figures in the past had 2 wall-crawling hands and 2 web hands. So it's like, wait, you get 2 fists, but then it's like, we couldn't spring for 2 web hands or 2 web hands or 2 climbing hands. So we gave you 1 and 1. You know what's funny? They're in the same fucking mold. So they got to run it no matter what. They got to run no matter what. Granted, there's some white deco on it. Okay. Ooh, okay. You got to put a few extra, cents in there. It's like, man, this is basically what happened was Legends fans said, hold on. Let me stand up. Let me spread my legs. Come, just pick right here. You want me to turn? Hold on, I'll turn. I'm going to turn. Just do it. Just go ahead. Get both. Give me the kick and then get inside because that's exactly what you're doing. It's bad,
that's
man.
That's going to be a clip, Ryan.
That's clipped. That's clipped automatically.
Here's the thing. I'm not trying to bring Action Force into it, but I remember when I first came out with Action Force, I got a lot of shit for the $32 price. Funny thing is, the Kickstarter came out in 2019, $32. Here we are, 2023, $32. Haven't raised my prices. Here we have a $35 figure with less in it than what comes with an Action Force figure. I'm wrong, though. And the funny thing is, and listen, I feel bad for Dan. Dan gets a lot of shit. He's active on social media, so if you're active on social media, you're going to get shit. But he came out with a post saying, yeah, I hear you. Basically acknowledging, yes, we're shit. We are shit. My bosses come up with shit numbers, and we get shafted for it. I get it, Dan. It sucks. Listen, I've been there. I worked there. I know. It sucks for you. I feel so bad for you. You and Ryan. But at the same time, man, you got to fight that shit. You got to fight it, and I get it. You don't win every battle. And if you fight too much, you get labeled a boat rocker like me, and then you get shafted.
Listen, I love Dan. Dan is
when
even
you
on.
Have your own marketer coming out, being, yeah, we hear you. Almost, he pretty much should have just said, yeah, that price is fucking high. We know.
He kind of did. He kind of did.
And then,
what do you think, Valor? What do you think the repercussions for him would be if he came out and said that? Because you work there, so you know how they discipline their employees. So what do you think it would be?
The interesting thing is that when I was at Hasbro, there wasn't a rule about it, but it was kind of one of these things where you weren't supposed to be vocal on social media. But then it was like, once I left, they started like embracing social media and people can be on it. But like, then they started saying like, well, if you post anything Hasbro related, you got to hashtag Hasbro employees so we know who to track and blah, 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 blah. Like, go fuck yourself. So I wasn't on any social media when I was at Hasbro. I didn't start social media until I started Valaverse. Mm-hmm. But, I like Dan a lot. And I've told Dan that I wish that I could have worked with him because Dan seems to have that same passion that I did, where I was fighting for the product and the consumer, not for the fucking company I worked for. When they did something wrong, I told them, like, guys, you can't do this. But I got I was a boat rocker, guys. Like I was labeled the guy that rocked the boat. I was the problem. So I love that I see Dan kind of doing the things that I would have done. I would have done it a little more harshly, obviously, but I love what Dan is doing. You know, because it's like, listen, I love Ryan too. I still talk to Ryan to this day. Ryan, I get, you know, Ryan isn't as vocal on social media as I am, but Ryan understands. Ryan and Dan, they have a tough job. And listen, they agree with us. They know this fucking thing is overpriced. They know it. They knew the HasLab was overpriced. But you know what? They're the guys low on the totem pole. I was low on the totem pole. The douchebags like $20 dollar bill or $20 Deadpool dollar, but he's not on Marvel anymore. Now they got this stupid idiot. I don't know who she is, but she's on Marvel. She's the next person that's just going to raise prices because she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She's on it now, just arbitrarily. $35. Sure, why can't we just charge $35? Why can't we charge $350? The last HasLab was whatever, blah, blah, blah. She's making their job tough, and I get it. It sucks. And I feel for those guys. But hey, man, you want to work for the man? All right. They freed this bird, baby. This bird got freed from the nest. And what did I do? I turned this place into a $4 million company. So I took your shitty salary and I said, thanks. See you later. But listen, there is freedom out there. And stop. But I'm just going to segue into one more point. It's interesting that we see this $35 price point come out. Right after an article comes out that Hasbro plans on laying off 15% of their workforce.
Yeah.
You know what that comes out to? About 1,000 fucking people. When I was there, I got there in 2012. They had a major layoff in 2013. I think they laid off like 600 people. 2015, they had a small one. Then I was part of the 2018 where they laid off 600 people. Think about the idea of 600 people. Put 600 people in a room. And just think about that for a second, guys. Think about that. Because I know like all the people on his tank are like, ooh, look at Bobby. He's the angry employee, the guy that got let go. Yeah? I bet if you were fucking loyal to a company and you fucking got let go after winning Toy of the Year and doing more items than everyone on your team combined, I bet you'd be pretty fucking pissed too. But you know what? I'm not pissed anymore. But now they had one last October. They got rid of a couple people. And what they're calling it at Hasbro was an appetizer. That's what they're calling it. From people inside Hasbro, they're calling it an appetizer. Now, second week of February, just wait. 1,000 fucking people. And someone, an ex-Hasbro employee, recently posted something about it. And I put a comment out there. I said, you know what I hear? Silence from the Hasbro apologists. Stupid channels that love Hasbro. Give me those nuts. Put them on my face. You know, guys that have 6 people watching their channel and shilled for the Snake Eyes movie and then got called out because you shilled for the Snake Eyes movie. Full force. I'm talking to you, dickhead. But what I'm saying is, where are you? Where are you people? You Hasbro apologists. Why aren't you talking about it? I'll see you talking about it. Why don't you talk about it? Because 1,000 people losing their job is fucked up. And it's fucked up when a company is clearing billions of dollars. Let me ask you this. Do you see Mattel doing mass layoffs? No. Do you see Spin Master doing mass layoffs? No. Do you see NECA or Jazzwares or Subpar 7? Do you see any of these companies doing mass layoffs? No. One company is doing mass layoffs. Do you know why? Here's how the conversation goes. Beginning of the year, they tell their stockholders, we think we got a forecast of $4 billion. Sounds good, right? Great. Let's up our stock price. Cool. December rolls around. Ooh, we got a lot of Eternals sitting on the shelves. Okay. They have their quarterly review. Ooh, we didn't clear $4 billion. We cleared $3.5 billion. Wasn't what you thought, though. Must be in a downturn. What are you going to do about it? I got an idea. let's lay off like 15% of people. I get we can get rid of a lot of salaries for that, and then we can make up that money. Great idea. Let's do it. All right, pull the plug. Give me a list. Give me a list of those 1,000 people. Good shit. Good shit. Okay, that's how it happens, guys. I know you're probably thinking like I'm full of shit. No. I was there. This is how it fucking happens. This is how it happens. Why don't you go and ask Hasbro how many people actually retire from that company? You will be shocked at the number. Shocked. They do these layoffs. They kind of get rid of the dead weight. They kind of get rid of the old timers. Like, hey, let's give them a really good severance. Because, nobody retires from Hasbro. It's a shit fucking company. When they put out all those things about, Hasbro, it's, the top 100 most ethical companies. Hear about that? Or do you think that they're just like, hey, here's some money. Hey, would you put us on this list so we look real good? Because we're a real shit company. We lay off 1,000 people every 3 years. Come on, guys. You fucking Hasbro apologists. Step up and do the right thing. But you won't. You won't. I challenge you. Do the right thing. Call them out for some shit. I know you won't.
No, the most they're gonna do is exactly like Ryan said. They say the figure's high, and then they're like, "Oh, it still looks good," or they praise it afterwards. And I think a big part of that is people nowadays, they care more about being right than doing what's right.
Yes,
and that's crazy. 100%. It is crazy.
100%.
Yep. Bobby, that was amazing.
Sorry, I get off on tangents. I get real upset.
No,
but you know what? Listen, that's okay. 1,000 people. Sure, they're going to get severance packages. But say you're a guy who was there 2 years. Well, you know what you get? You get 2 weeks for every year you're there. It's a real shit number. So if you're there 2 years, all right, so you get a couple weeks. A month of severance, is that going to be enough to float you to the point where you could find another job? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Mine was long enough for me to make Action Force. Thanks for that. But it's like those people matter. Those people, they went to that company. They wanted to work for that company. They were loyal. Maybe some did a great job. Maybe some didn't, But what I'm saying is you're just treating people like, oh, who cares? It's a number. It's a name on a list. My name was a name on a list. And when it went to Brian Chapman, who is the dummy who runs Boys Design. He's the VP that runs Boys Design. This is the same asshole that kept pushing us to make advent calendars when people in the room didn't have the balls to tell him they don't sell well. Hey guys, push advent calendars. We should really do advent calendars, with his skinny jeans and his too tight shirt when he's kind of a fat guy. He's one of those guys that really doesn't work out, but he walks around like this, like he's big, but he wears tight, skinny jeans. And I'm telling you, this is the guy. And he gets the list from his underlings. Here are the people that we want to lay off. You think he reads that list? You think he asks any questions? Now it signs, here you go. Okay, sign off. Great. Thanks for getting rid of those people. Guys, that company is awful. Awful.
But Bobby, they have the IPs that I like, and I want to buy all their stuff.
Yeah, I know.
They're good. You're being toxic. They have the
IPs you like. Out of all the recent articles that have come out where they talk about the brands that they're going to focus on, not once did they focus on the brands that make them money. They didn't mention Marvel. They didn't mention Star Wars. They mentioned D&D. They mentioned Nerf. They mentioned Play-Doh. They mentioned Peppa Pig. Did they mention G.I. Joe? Hey, Hasbro apologists, did they mention G.I. Joe? No. Did they mention Marvel? Marvel's like a $500 million brand. Did they mention that? No. Funny they didn't mention the brands that they pay a ton of money for and that generate a shit ton of money for them. Hey, guys, you can think I'm an asshole. The writing is there. Acknowledge it. Mm-hmm. That's all we're saying.
Yep.
My rant's over.
Well done, man.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's great. Drummond Toys just said that a small toy company got sent to C&D for their M.A.S.K toys, and it's like, why isn't Hasbro making M.A.S.K figures yet?
So here's the thing. They want to. they've been trying to push M.A.S.K for a long time. And I remember when I was working on the G.I. Joe line and they were trying to do G.I. Joe 3, there was, hey, he knew I needed more ice. Thanks, Joe. See, it's one of my workers right there. He knew I needed ice. He knew I was empty on a drink.
No, Jordan knew it.
Oh, Jordan knew? Tell Jordan I said thanks. When I was working on G.I. Joe 3, the funny thing is that the studio wanted to do, Paramount. I think it was Paramount. Yeah, Paramount wanted to do G.I. Joe 3 because G.I. Joe had generated money for them. It was kind of proven in their eyes. Hasbro didn't want to do G.I. Joe. They wanted to do M.A.S.K. So you have a studio who wants one thing, and the company that has the IP wants to do a totally different thing. Guys, I know you hate me. I'm telling you, these are the conversations that I was part of. Hasbro wanted to do M.A.S.K. Paramount wanted to do a G.I. Joe. So you have conflicting ideas. So they were always trying to push M.A.S.K. The problem is M.A.S.K is a tough price point. You have transformation. It's like, okay, well, what you should do is you should stay in line with the vintage line. You should just keep the vintage line and just do new characters and new vehicles, but in the same scale, the same styling, just new. Don't redo Matt Tracker. Don't keep rehashing new characters, but build on what people already have. And I think they just didn't know what to do with it at the time. So that's why nothing's really happened with M.A.S.K. But, I talk to Ace from Ramen all the time. And it's like, I'm not surprised that a company got a C&D. Listen, man, third-party stuff is a fishy territory, man. You got to remember, you're taking someone's IP and you're saying, well, I just won't call it what you call it. Let me tell you something. If someone took Eclipse and started doing Eclipse but called her Full Moon, I'd be fucking pissed. And I'd get on the phone with my attorney and I'd be like, get that motherfucker a C&D. That's my IP. You got to, like Transformers is a weird thing. Transformers, a lot of third-party stuff happens. But who knows what's going on with Transformers and Takara and Hasbro? Who knows? Third-party stuff, man. I know that when me and Daryl were on the G.I. Joe brand, he came to me because there was a third party doing G.I. Joe stuff, doing like O-ring style G.I. Joe stuff. And he was like, hey, do you know anything about this? And I was like, I don't know who runs it. I bought some of their stuff. It's cool, what they're doing. But I get it. Like, they're recreating your stuff. And I was a company man. I was a loyal company man. And I'm like, whatever we want to do, if we want to shut them down, great. And I think I mentioned it on a podcast. Like, listen, we should shut that down. We should shut down third parties doing that stuff. And I know the fans get mad because they're like, no, but they're giving us this. Yeah, but that's someone else's shit.
Right.
You go and you create something and then you let someone else take it and do whatever they want with it and see how you feel.
Right.
So it's like, that's not right. That's not right. They never shut down.
I don't like
got laid off, but
Yeah. I don't like $1 billion Hasbro beating up on Ramen.
They're not coming after Ramen. They're coming after someone else. It's someone else.
Good.
It's not Ramen.
Good.
But if I told him, I said, hey man, you got to be careful because if they get wind of what he's doing is awesome. I love the gold wing that he's doing. It looks gorgeous. But that's thin ice, man.
Gotta be careful.
Thin ice.
Speaking on those layoffs, because we were just talking about the layoffs. I think a scary thing that I don't think a lot of people take the time to consider is it's not even like they're laying off the horrible workers or the shitty people. Yeah. Because for Valor to be a part of that, you're laying off some of your most passionate employees. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not even saying that this is performance based. You're not even saying, oh, no call, no show, back 6-7 months ago. No, you're just laying off a random selected group of people to please the stock market. That's super crazy. That's dangerous.
The guys doing the laying off, the guys at the top, they don't like action figures. They like bobbleheads. They want everyone underneath them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yep. That's all they want.
During my layoff, there was some dead weight. But it's like, when I look back on it, I got laid off because me and my director butted heads. We butted heads because he wanted yes men. He wanted his team to walk into his office and say, yes, what can I do for you? I don't care if it's the wrong move. I sat in team meetings and I was like, hey, we shouldn't be doing that. And this is why we shouldn't be doing it. Guys, on the Marvel team, there was like 6 designers. I handled more items than the other 5 guys combined. I handled close to 200 items a year because I was good and I was fast and I was efficient. And I did brands that sold millions. I had a Toy of the Year award. The next year, I had a nomination for Toy of the Year. None of those other designers had that. They didn't do that. What happened was my director tried to pull some shit. I called him out on it. I went to HR. HR said, yes, you are right. He was wrong. That went into my official file. However, what I didn't know was that director behind the scenes was in line for a promotion to VP. And those things happen like a year in advance. So they were like, shit. We have this employee who made this complaint against this director who's in line for a BP. What do we do? Well, you're certainly not going to get rid of the guy who you're going to make VP. You get rid of the boat rocker who brought the claim against him, who was right. So when they laid me off, I'm like, whoa, you better be laying off that motherfucker too. No. 3 months later, they promoted him to VP. So guys, again, you guys on his tank, am I disgruntled? Sure. You would be too. Put yourself in that position.
They don't even have to put themselves. Put your brother, put your father,
right?
Put your loved ones. It doesn't even have to be yourself if you're so close-minded that you can't. Just put one of your loved ones, and that's just fucked up. To see it happening is fucked up. For it to happen to you personally is messed up. Like,
it's unfortunate, man, because listen, those people, they have lives. You know, people are crying. That day, all those people getting laid off, people are crying. Sucks, man.
Families are being hurt so that someone can line their pockets.
Yep. Think about it like that, guys.
Someone that's already super wealthy can be more wealthy.
Yep.
And I hate when, someone says something like that and then the Hasbro apologist, or really any company apologist, says, oh, but that's business. That's business, though. It doesn't have to be. And no, not all businesses are run that way.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah, it could be better. Speaking of business, I want to get back to pricing here. And Bobby, that was awesome.
Sorry, guys. I go off on tangents. And listen, we have an amazing guest, and he should be talking 90% of the time. So I'm sorry.
But I did show that Ronin the Accuser, right? $38.99.
Now, is Ronin bigger?
From this $20. Go ahead, Ninja.
How big is Ronin compared to this Colossus? Are they about the same size? Let's say, give or take.
Yeah, because if you look at
body, I think.
Same legs, same arms. I think it's a slightly remolded torso because these look actually sculpted in the lines there. But as you
basically
can see,
the same size.
Basically the same figure. Yeah. Double the price. Now they're calling that Ronin a deluxe. Here's Todd McFarlane's deluxe, and this is actually on sale right now. If you guys like Swamp Thing and you don't have this, go to McFarlane.com. It's an amazing figure,
man.
Especially for $40. It's like 12 inches. It's huge, man. It's huge.
It's a great figure. That Swamp Thing's amazing.
Yeah. Yep. And I know, he's not publicly traded. Todd McFarlane's a private company. But once again, I just typed in Batman on his website. This is the first one that came up. Original retail, $25. Right now it's $20 on his website. Look how much you get. Batarangs, extra hands, a Build-A-Figure piece, a stand, a trading card.
And they're still going to make excuses. Trust me, I learned in 2022, nobody cares about however many examples you could bring up about how this is like facts. These are facts. You're bringing up real world examples and they're just going to try to poke holes in it and make excuses. And I got a lot of heat for saying, I was in a debate and I said, I feel like I'm watching the slaves defend the slave masters. And oh my God, I got so much heat for that, but I still stand by it. And I feel like that's exactly what I'm watching. Because they're just clearly taking advantage here. They're clearly doing whatever they want to. And people will still DM me, get in my comments, and still attack me, defending the company that could care less about them. That's wild. And even if you don't want to be on my side, fuck it. Align yourself with Action Force or McFarlane. Align yourself with some other companies that clearly show they care a little bit more, at minimum, than Hasbro does. They don't care. They don't care about the employees. They definitely don't care about the customers.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. It's hard to, walk into Target. And I was thinking about that Spider-Man as I walked into this Target. Walking into Target a couple days ago, and I see this Alf by NECA sitting on the shelf. And there's been a lot of talk about NECA and their plastics, their joints breaking. I got to say, I got to give them credit. In the last 2 years, I've gotten a handful of NECA figures. They've been solid.
Yeah,
and I picked up this Alf, this beautifully sculpted, painted Alf for $35. But it's not just this figure. Look at everything he comes with. I mean, look at all these accessories. Same price as that.
Soft goods.
Soft goods.
Yeah.
Same price as that stupid Spider-Man. I mean, their royalty can only go so far. That can only be an excuse for so long, right?
So,
especially with their MOQ. Their MOQ must be higher than NECA.
Right.
I think it has to be.
And that's the thing. Sorry to interrupt, Ryan, but yeah, if this was Brian Flynn, he'd be like, "Well, royalty," and I'd be like, "No, dickhead." Yes, the Alf royalty is probably so much lower, but the MOQ is lower. Whereas on Spider-Man, the MOQ is so much higher. They're doing tens of thousands of Spider-Man. Whereas Alf, it's like, I don't know what they're, and I'm not going to guess what their numbers are. But Spider-Man, maybe even 100,000 figures. It's Spider-Man, and it's Marvel, and it's Hasbro. This is NECA, and it's Alf. Now, granted, NECA is a private company, Hasbro publicly traded. But guys, you can kind of compare. Like that royalty excuse will only get you so far because the MOQ comes into factor. It does. It does. Especially when Hasbro has $25 figures on the market that have the same amount of shit that comes with that $35 Spider-Man. Okay, maybe the MOQ is a little lower because it's an exclusive, but it's Spider-Man. So the MOQ is probably higher because Spider-Man's an A-lister in their mind. So they do more. Guys, think for a second. Stop and think. Don't just look at someone and be like, "Ooh, a toy. I want that." Stop and think and be like, "Whoa, hold on a second." And you know what? A lot of you are. A lot of you are because it shows. Because Dan came out and was like, "I hear you. So you guys are awesome. You guys made the HasLab fail." I'm not saying that it's great that these things fail. I'm saying that it's good that companies hear you when they pull some shit like this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. It would be nice if they stopped fluffing up certain products. I mean, they have to know their customer, and I don't feel like they do because they brought out this starting lineup line. Now look, if it was the right character, I'd be down. And I'm talking 1990s era Supersonics. Give me a Sean Kemp, give me a Gary Payton, I'm in. But then you see this $50 price tag. You're like, what's going on? Well, they try to justify it by saying NFT, which NFT to me means JPEG. I don't care about your JPEG. So they finally took the NFT out, dropped them down to 30. A lot of people say that's still too much. I don't disagree. But I will say, you throw in the NBA, you throw in each individual player. Maybe it's justified, probably not, but maybe it is. But we see the way things are going. I don't know about you guys. I see more and more clearance at the stores every time I go. Yeah. It seems like it started with the Eternals and then, or Shang-Chi and then the Eternals. Go ahead, Ninja. No? Okay. I thought you were going to say something, Ninja.
Oh, no. My bad.
Okay. So I don't know.
Hey, Ryan,
yeah.
This might be a good point to catch up on some super chats because we've got almost 40 starred chats. So it's going to...
Wow. Okay. And we have 677 people watching right now.
Damn.
Holy crap. Thanks, guys. All right. We're going to run through the super chats. I appreciate it.
If
so
we hit
much, guys.
700, I'm going to shit out a potato.
All right. Joe Bromez, thank you so much. Shout out to Jordan. Yes, shout out to Jordan. Mike Espinoza, the meme master. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Ninja is the man. Series 3 are true masterpieces. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Mike Espinoza. I Speak Geek, thank you so much. If Articulator's voice is that beautiful, I can understand why he keeps his face covered. That was a mandate from your girl.
Yeah.
Thank you, I Speak Geek. Big Bacon. Thank you once again, Big Bacon. Congratulations, Hasbro. You've priced me out of your crappy repaint cycle. I appreciate it. I see that more and more.
Right. This is what's happening now.
Yep, it is. Thank you. Ramen Toy. Ace, what's up? He says, just testing out the super chat function. You figured it out. Thank you so much. CC Grimm, thank you so much for the super chat. Always great to catch the 3 POA. So awesome to finally get to see the ninja. Hope all 4 of you have a great night. You as well, man. Thank you. Robert Diaz, thank you so much, man. They sold the deluxe re-release Monster Venom for $34.99, and that was a big chunky figure with 2 huge extra hands. That Ronin figure is an insult. Bobby gives the customer real value with his offerings. I seem to remember that Monster Venom being $30 at GameStop, but I could be wrong. But thank you, Robert, for the super chat. Retro Blasting, Michael, how's it going? The positive channels have spent the last decade laying the groundwork for these companies to abuse us because they rolled over time and again.
He's right. Retro's famous line is feeding the beast.
Yep.
And it just happens.
Yep. We got one from Adam. Adam, thank you for the super chat. No message. Appreciate it. Brian Dillingham with the Dillinghamism. Thank you so much, Brian. Lyle Convoy, the guy who made the Bathe in My Milk commercial at the beginning of the show. Thank you so much, Lyle. I just started collecting Marvel Legends, and I'm already tired of those web accessories. Yeah, I got a bin full of them. Shindarius, thank you for the super chat. People justify bad business practices as if they own stock in these companies.
Right.
I used to. Yeah, I used to own stock, and I would still criticize, which was anti-conflict of interest. But anyway, they willingly... Huh?
Sorry, I own a bunch of Hasbro stuff.
Yeah, and you're still beating them up over laying off these 1,000
Exactly.
people. That's
Exactly.
1,000 families.
Yep.
They willingly pull down their pants and bend over for these companies without even being taken out on a date first. Man, ain't that the truth? V. Connolly, thank you so much. My girlfriend says the webs look like they're drawn with 3D pens. Yeah.
They do, though.
Yeah. It's not wrong. Thank you, Conley. We got one from Tito Manshire. Thank you. Thanks to Ninja, I ordered the Crimson Shadow Box. Fantastic purchase. There's no better value than that Crimson Shadow Box. You can outfit 98 figures with that
98, and they survive being thrown on a floor multiple times.
They do. A World Made of Cardboard, once again, thank you, sir. In the 90s, on minimum wage, a kid, a parent, or a collector could work 1 hour and buy 1 action figure. Now, you can't even buy 1 figure working 1 hour. Yep.
Good point.
That's
Yeah.
right. When I was a bag boy at 16 years old and I started collecting Power of the Force 2, well, I've been collecting for a year or two. Yeah, I was making just under $6 an hour, and Power of the Force 2 were $4.99. Good point. Nick Dunlop, thank you so much. Great to see all you guys. Thanks to Bobby for giving the world the gift that is Action Force.
You're welcome, bud.
Thank you, Nick. Another one from Ramen Toy. Thanks, Ace. He says, I was made aware of 3 POA through Articulated Ninja's video via browsing videos on HasLab Engine of Vengeance. This 3 POA delivers some accurate and critical analysis of the toy industry. There's YouTube comments that do not agree with you, but I appreciate you, Ace. Articulated Ninja does some great customs with his Engine of Vengeance. Nice. Yes, you did your own Engine of Vengeance using the Mattel Batmobile, which was very cool.
Yeah. Didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wasn't paying $3.50 for that. Eclipse Freak 7. Thank you for the super chat. Love all you guys, and I'm in love with Eclipse. We know
Eclipse is the sleeper of the line. I'm telling you guys. It doesn't mean that Pandora doesn't look good. You know, I didn't think that a girl could be sexy with that scar on her face, but I'm telling you, Eclipse, she's the real sleeper of the line.
See, I would think Kill Switch was a sleeper because in the pre-order she didn't perform as well as the others. But this restock, people are like, "Oh shit, she looks gorgeous," and we've seen a lot of orders for.
She does. Yeah, she does.
Yep. All right, we got one from Matt O'Brien. Wow, we got a lot here. Thank you, Matt. He says, "Happy Saturday nights, gents. I'm happy to be here on the stream, although I'm a bit late. Just wanted to shout out 3POA and Articulated Ninja. I enjoy both of your guys' content, and wanted to say thank you." Well, thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. We got another one from our friend Lyle Convoy Reviews. Thank you, sir. Our generation has an issue with Arrested Development when it comes to product versus morals. Yes, sir. I don't know how we all got here. All I know is it makes me angry. And you could experience his anger on Lyle Convoy Reviews on YouTube, which you should check out if you have not. Thank you, Lyle.
And thank you for the
we got
intro
one
video,
from
Lyle, as well.
Yes, he made the opening commercial for us. He was one of our sponsors tonight. So thank you, Lyle Convoy. That was very funny. I Speak Geek, thanks once again for a super chat. After getting the Thompson, I'm really hoping to see some World War II figures in the future. That'd be a new line because Action Force is in the future.
Yeah.
So if you did,
I were to, I think I've said it before. If I were to ever do World War II figures, which is my favorite military era, I would probably do a throwback line in Action Force as if Action Force was this covert team that existed almost like Special Forces. There was an Action Force that existed in World War II that then spawned what the current military is. So that's probably how I would handle it. But there's a lot of modern characters that I've planned before I even venture down that road.
I would dig on a M1 Garand and 112 scale. That'd be cool. Bayonet option.
I'm sure Michael would as well.
Yeah. World made of cardboard. Thank you, sir. Once again, man. Hasbro stock is so overpriced. Been so for years. Okay.
You know what I use the last time I got a Hasbro like residual check for my stock, you know what I did? I went and I bought Mattel stock because Mattel stock was really down. It was down to like, I don't know, like $4. And then I used the Hasbro residuals to buy a Mattel stock, and then Mattel went up to like $20. So I'm like, all right, great. So thanks, Hasbro. You guys are doing stellar work.
Yep. Thank you, World Made of Cardboard. And another one from Lyle. Also, Bobby, I've been obsessed with studying articulation and what works best, how to improve it. I blame you for this.
I take no blame.
Thank you, Lyle. Largo's Lair. Thanks, Jim. He says it's frustrating that Hasbro not only screws over its employees and its customer base, but also gobbles up IPs of classic toy lines and then just sits on them so no one can revive them. Yeah. Like M.A.S.K. Thank you, Jim. Earl Potts. Shout out to Earl Potts, admin of the MLC group on Facebook. He says, of course, the one Saturday my birthday hits on, out with the family. I'll be watching later. Much love, team, and welcome, Articulated Ninja. Indeed. Thank you so much, Earl. Appreciate you. Thomas goes nostalgic. Thank you for the super chat. First, Bobby, nice rant. Second, Ninja, I have Tony on the shelf. Hatter is talking about making a figure. When's a Ninja figure coming? Well, the one you use, the base body is what, Firefly?
Yeah. I used the classified Firefly top and the Snake Eyes bottoms, but these Snake Eyes bottoms have now been replaced with I believe it's the Republic Guard from Action Force. So you can use that. Yeah, you can use that. But yeah, that's a creative idea.
Valaverse is literally part of the biology of the Articulated Ninja. I love that.
Yes, now it is. Yeah.
Okay, we got another one from Adam. Man, we got a lot to get through here. Adam, thank you so much. Bobby,
there's more rolling in, Ryan. Let's go. Let's go.
I know. Adam says, Bobby getting ready to punch Hasbro in the D-Yuck. Thank you, Adam.
Are you done?
Creative spelling of that. I Speak Geek once again. Thank you, sir. Any chance of bringing back the drag handles on the back of the plate carriers like in Series 1?
Maybe.
All right. Thank you, I Speak Geek. Lyle Convoy, once again, part of the problem is that the toys are only part of the equation. Most people that collect these did so because they enjoyed the cartoon. You can't sell a legacy toy line by just the toys alone. Very true. Thank you, Lyle. Talker Art. What's up, man? Doesn't matter how good you are, Bobby. If you can't S a D, you're going to be down the road. Shout out to Talker Art. Hope your recovery is still
right. Heal up.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a little late, but he's been in the chat for a while. So good to see you,
right.
Talker.
I'm good.
Right.
Thanks.
Victor Barnes, thanks, man. No message, but appreciate you. Kyoto Films, thank you, sir. My favorite podcasters and favorite new YouTuber together on my birthday. This is like a giant present tonight. Thanks for all you do. Cheers. A lot of birthdays tonight.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you,
Yep.
Films.
Happy birthday.
I hope you have a great night, man. Appreciate you. We got one from Stacy Hatch. Thank you, Stacy. Shh, I think I speak for everyone. Let articulated ninja talk. Yes.
Yes.
No, I enjoy Valor's rants. You know why? Because
No. You're the guest.
look,
you,
your
man.
rants.
They didn't come for us.
Your rants give us insight to things that we wouldn't know otherwise.
True.
And speaking of that, Analog has been doing this for much longer than I have. But I was really shocked in 1 year, 10K subscribers for me, and noticing the companies that are in my DMs now and want me to take a look at a product and, ignoring them or saying no or leaving them on scene. I wanted to ask Analog how. I don't understand these bigger channels that have been doing this for as long as him and Retro, and why do they make it seem like it's so beneficial to quote unquote shill for these companies? I don't understand. Like, are they on salary? Are they on payroll? I don't get it.
Well, I mean, first of all, congratulations on hitting 10K in a year, because it took me
Thank you.
like 2.5 years, I think, to hit 10. I remember hitting 10K. I was on vacation in Thailand. I get those solicitations from time to time, but I think because my channel is primarily vintage toys, I don't do a lot of modern stuff. I don't get as many solicitations. And then certainly when I start putting out video, I did manage to score one of those G.I. Joe giveaway boxes with a whole
yeah,
Master and Storm Shadow in it. But then I put out a video where I just basically said, "Hey, don't send me your free shit anymore." So they don't ask me. But I think these companies are aware that the so-called positive channels that we talk about, that people will fall in line like ducks and will follow what they say. So if you get one of these bigger positive channels who's going to come out and will say whatever they'll say anything positive about a toy because they want to get more free shit. And it's almost like
yep. But what about the integrity of your channel?
Connection, but
right. And as far as the integrity of your channel, I feel like you do have a responsibility to your audience to at least be honest, or at least try to keep it real to some degree. And that's why I was asking. I'm watching these content creators defend this $1 billion company like they're on salary, and they're not. Like, unless I'm missing something, they're not on salary. So what are you guys doing aligning yourself with the $1 billion company that doesn't even care about their passionate employees? Why would you align yourself with that?
I'm gonna say something very. This kind of talk has gotten me in trouble in the past, right? I have led a very eclectic, a life full of eclectic experiences, right? Collecting toys does not define who I am, but for a lot of these guys, they grew up, one of the reasons they like He-Man appealed to them was it was this big, muscular, buff guy, and they wanted to grow up to be He-Man. They didn't grow up to be He-Man, but they're like, their greatest achievement in life is being a fan of that toy line. And then if they get kudos from a company like Mattel for shilling for them, it's like this huge achievement, when in reality, it's not, because you've flushed all of your credibility down the toilet.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of these guys are still living in their childhood, I think. So no offense, toy collectors out there. I know you all like the what's everyone talking about? The nostalgia. I'm listening to some podcasts talking about nostalgia for Marvel Legends, when it's like, bro, you didn't have Marvel Legends when you were a kid.
Well, they might have if they were young enough.
Yeah, but the people I'm talking about aren't young enough. So
right. Yeah. No, I get it. And how we get develop a new nostalgia for something new, discover something new today, and be nostalgic for it 10 years from now or 15 years from now.
Right.
What you need is highly collectible toy lines that give fans what they want, the way they want them. Like, do you know, like, I come from the 70s era of Action Man, where I just didn't want figures. I wanted gear packs and accessories. There's only one company around doing that today. People will be nostalgic for Valaverse in 20 years' time.
I hope so.
I truly believe that.
Yep.
Well, Valaverse will still be going, but yeah.
And people like to say there's no story. There's no story. There is a story. There's 8 comics. And there's this novel that I've been reading, Broken Alliances, which is really freaking good, guys. Like, Bill Nedro, he can write action. He's really good at it. This book is, it's a page turner.
Dude, speaking on those comics, I brought it up to Vala, but speaking on those comics, I have never, and this is just a part of me being, I'm 30, in my 30s, early 30s, but this is a part of me being, I guess, in a different generation. But I didn't grow up buying comic books, or the kids that I went to school with, nobody was really looking forward to getting a comic book every week. It wasn't a thing. So I was in the beginning of the Blade movies. And so I used more cartoons and movies to learn about the characters instead of comic books. I have never purchased a comic book to read my entire life. Vala made Pandora look so damn nice that he made me buy issue number 6. I bought issue number 6 just because I wanted to learn more about the character. That's how nice she looks. So that's an achievement that should go in his year 1 achievements. He made Articulated Ninja buy a comic book, because I have never in my whole life.
I remember signing the one for your order and thinking, like, man, that's I can't wait to hear what you think of issue 7, because, man, I'm so partial to that issue because, one, Bill wasn't involved. Me and Bill kind of co-wrote the issues together, but 7 was my baby. 7 was mine through and through. I wrote the whole story by myself, and it's my favorite character. So that issue is so important to me. But it's also like, man, that's a fucking deep issue. Like, you're gonna read that thing and you're gonna be like, whoa, like, you're gonna feel some shit after that issue. And if you don't feel some shit after you read that issue, you might not be human. It's an intense comic, and I still read it to this day because it's like, it means so much. It's a cool issue. And it makes her character that much, more meaningful.
Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. Prior to that, I only bought comics for like the artwork, because I love art. I love drawing. I'm an artist. So I would buy comics literally just to look at the panels, just to draw them in class, but to actually read the story, never. And Pandora was the first one I bought a comic book for, because I wanted to learn more about the character. So that's dope.
That's a really good segue. We've kind of been over prices, and we've been over some toy politics, but you're our guest, Ninja, and I want to know what got you into toy collecting. What was it for you, like when you were a kid?
So, growing up in the part of New York that I grew up in, probably before I was a teenager, they didn't want me spending too much time outside like that, because the majority of the men in my family passed away early, usually due to violence. So they're like, okay, we got this one left. We don't want him to leave the house like that. So I had a lot of action figures, and I'm the oldest out of all of my siblings. So I had a lot of action figures, and I kind of just made my action figures my friends at the time, because I was stuck in the house. And then I started to get out the house once I was a teenager. But let's say from 5, I can remember 5 to 10, it was just me in the house. So I had action figures all around me. And growing up in the 90s, Saturday morning cartoons, they saved lives.
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons saved lives.
Okay.
And to me, I think that was...
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's some of the best runs, with the Justice League, the animated series, Batman Beyond, even the things that were less popular, like the Spider-Man 2099, but the animated Spider-Man series, X-Men animated, and Saturday mornings were amazing.
So 10-year-old Articulated Ninja gets up in the morning, Saturday. It's 8 a.m. What cereal are you grabbing from the kitchen?
Which what?
What cereal are you grabbing from the kitchen?
You're probably gonna laugh at me, but at the time, I know it might seem pretty like bland, but I like Kicks. I don't know why.
Kicks was good, man.
I like Kicks, man. I like Kicks. Yeah, I was grabbing Kicks.
So 10-year-old Ninja sits down with his giant bowl of Kicks. What cartoon is he putting on the TV?
Honestly, I don't know if it was on air when I was 10, but one of the ones I was looking forward to the most was Static Shock.
Oh yeah, okay.
That shit was such a sleeper, and it came out of nowhere. I didn't know what a Static Shock was prior to that cartoon,
Yep.
and I just thought it was really good. And I really liked Batman Beyond. I love the Batman Beyond series, the animated series.
You know what pissed me off about Static Shock is that DC, he's so underused. They don't want to use him because they will owe the creator who recently passed away. They'll owe him royalties because he still owns Static Shock.
Right.
And so, for kids that grew up in the 90s like us, there's really nothing with him coming out, really.
Yeah.
It sucks. But now look how DC's doing.
Yep.
All right, cool. Did you just keep collecting like from childhood straight on into adulthood, or you took a break?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys remember this show. Maybe somebody in the chat, let me know if you remember the show. But there was a show called Room Raiders, right? It's where girls would raid the rooms of the guys. You remember that shit, right?
Yeah, I do.
So, right. So there was a show called Room Raiders, and a lot of my friends, we all started to watch this show when we were teenagers. And I remember a lot of them throwing away their action figures because of the show Room Raiders. And I think at that point I said to myself, I said, man, if she can't love me and my action figures, she's not the one for me. So it was because of Room Raiders that forced me to make that decision as a kid, which is like, nah, man, I'm not getting rid of my action figures. So I just continued collecting all throughout then. But the show Room Raiders definitely made me have to make a decision at a young age.
That's awesome. That is, I do remember that show. It was one of those MTV trashy shows at the time. Yeah, right on. Cool, man. All right. Well, we got a lot more super chats here, but
Ryan, we can catch up on them later. So I know Ninja's got a bunch of questions that he would like to ask Bobby. So I want to give him the opportunity to do that in a very brief moment.
Really quick,
yesterday I edited together a 3POA tribute to Articulated Ninja, but I couldn't get it past the copyright gods. I tried all sorts of stuff, pixelating the footage and all of that. So I ended up just posting it on the Analog Toys channel, and let someone else claim the copyright. But then this morning I was like, I really wanted another White Potato production video for this show. And dude, Ninja, I was so happy for you when you received not one but two Nerdy Awards this year. Obviously, me and Bobby were quite, very proud of. We're actually claiming 2 awards because we got Best Independent Action Figure and Best Action Figure.
Right. Yep.
So I've prepared a short White Potato Productions video to congratulate you on your Nerdy Awards. So grab some popcorn and enjoy.
Hey, buddy, the white potato, Okay, look at you.
We are back to present to you in this year's Nerdy Awards. This category is loaded. Man, is it a big deal. Some of the best in the business are in this category. And your nominees are The Amazing, Anthony's Customs, Bug Nice, Articulated Ninja, Land Speeder Luke, Articulated Ninja.
And this award is for the Best Toy Personality of 2022. So here's your nominees. The Fwoosh, Geek, Dad, Life, Shardamus Prime, The Articulated Ninja, David Displays Model Behavior, and the 3POA Podcast. And the winner is Articulated Ninja. Articulated Ninja won again. Holy crap.
Wakanda forever!
But like I always say, life is short. Try to appreciate it more than you
complain about it. Peace.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Well done.
You're very welcome, man.
I appreciate that so much. I think
I know you got
another big reason why
Sorry?
I was going to say another big reason why I appreciate it so much is because a lot of people might not know, but I can imagine how long it took you to move frame by frame. You have to move frame by frame with every person's icon. I would know.
Oh, man.
So I appreciate it every time I get to see a White Potato Productions, and obviously one that has anything to do with me. I'm so appreciative for it. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Well, look, man, I know you got some questions for Bobby. So, sir, our esteemed guest, you have the floor.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. The first question, I ask people to send me questions. So I'm going to try to ask some of the most reoccurring ones that I get the most. And out of almost all of the questions, the most reoccurring question that I get, and I think it's because I have a lot of vehicles on my channel and everybody knows I love vehicles, but is there any type of vehicle updates at all that you can share, or when will updates be given or anything? Oh, that's it right there.
The Action Force Vanguard.
So, yeah. So shortly before the factory went on Chinese New Year break, stop it, Ryan.
Right.
They sent me some updates on the Vanguard, you know, based on the Rezvani tank.
Okay.
And I was so swamped with stuff, and we were just going into Chinese New Year that I knew, like, well, I don't want to get to this yet because if I make comments, they're going to be away on Chinese New Year. And I was so swamped with getting Series 3 out, the restock, and that sort of thing. I kind of sat on it for a bit. But I had gotten updates. Yeah, that's their new one. That's their the Vengeance. Man, that thing is awesome. I gotta say, listen, I love the tank design, and the Vanguard is based on the tank design. If I knew they were doing the Vengeance, I probably would have went with the Vengeance. However, the tank is still awesome, and that gives me the opportunity to then use the Vengeance as a vehicle later on. But we're hard at work on the Vanguard. Okay. And I got new updated 3D of it. And guys, with a vehicle, vehicles take so much longer than a figure because you have top, middle, and bottom. I couldn't help it. But it's like, you know, we got the exterior. The first round was getting the exterior right. You have to make sure that everything is correct on this, because you're not just dealing with a design that I created. You're dealing with someone else's design. You know, so Rezvani has to buy off on that. I got to make sure that they're following the tank design and then the additions that we're making to it. So we got the exterior down. Then it was the interior. You know, you got multiple seats, you got a dashboard, you got a steering wheel, you got a console, you got the trunk, all this stuff going on. So that took a couple rounds. They didn't nail it the first time, which is not uncommon. So they sent me the second round of interiors, and I finally got a chance to look at it this past week, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, the detail on the dashboard and on the steering wheel and on the seats is amazing. The detail on the bottom of the chassis, unbelievable. So I sent it to Rezvani like, hey, look, here's a work in progress. And I was hoping that they usually get back to me right away. Like, you know, this is awesome. I was hoping they were going to get back to me because then I could have done a social media tease on it. But they didn't, which is fine. But as soon as they get back to me, I'm going to tease what I showed them on social media. It's a slow process for the vehicle. But I think that once the factory is back from Chinese New Year, you're going to see that that's going to like increase a lot. And I plan on showing a lot during Toy Fair weekend in February. So you're going to see a lot of stuff, new figures for Series 4 and 5. You're going to see updates on the Vanguard. So the next step, once we approve all the 3D sculpt, but there's a lot of parts to it. Not only is it the vehicle, it's the interiors, it's the tires. There's the turrets that go on the top, and there's two different styles of turrets. Those turrets have control arm machine guns, you know, all sorts of different things. So there's a lot that's going into it. So it takes time. You don't want to rush it. So as soon as we get all that stuff approved, we're going to go to physical sample of it, and that's going to be wild to then actually get a physical sample, like put figures in. but it's progressing nicely. The Vanguard won't come out until 2024, but I wouldn't be surprised if in 2023 some pre-orders go up. You see physical models of it. It's coming, and we're putting a lot of work into it.
Okay, you just said the Vanguard won't come out until 2024, right?
Yes.
Was that one of your first times officially saying that this is going to happen?
Well, yes and no.
So.
Listen, my goal is to make the Vanguard happen.
Mm-hmm.
However, we can't cost it until we make a physical model. Because
Okay.
the factory has to take it. They got to take all the pieces apart. They have to see how many deco hits are in each part. Then they do an accurate costing. You can do a prelim costing based on the 3D model and then based on what the assumed deco would be, but you don't know until you actually make a physical sample. So the prelim cost can come in at one thing, but then it can fluctuate maybe like 5 or 10% once you make a physical model. And I know price is so important when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm.
I won't do anything until I know that price. If it comes in too high, I'm either going to say, all right, well, what can we do to make it lower? Or push on the factory and say, guys, this needs to be lower. People don't want to pay $300. I don't want people to pay $200. I don't know that yet. This is so open right now. I have no idea what the costs are because we're not even there yet. We have to design the thing first. If it was up to me, yes, we would do the Vanguard. But I want to know. I don't want people to have to look at this thing and be like, oh, $400 Thunder tank. Oh, and add another $150 for shipping. I think the Thunder tank ended up being like $450 or $500.
Right.
I don't want people to feel that way. I don't want people to feel like, well, I have to have it, but oh, that really hurts. I want people to be like, that's a great price. Okay, I'm going to get it. So I'm going to do everything possible to get there. But no, if the price comes in too high, I'm not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
If the factory says, nope, this is the lowest we can go, and it's too high, I'm going to be like, I'm pulling the plug. And I'm going to come out, I'm going to tell people, guys, pulling the plug on it. And this is why. We might be in a time where vehicles cost that much. I don't know yet. I'm just as in the dark as you guys are. Until I have that information, we won't mention anything about it.
But more or less, it's going good so far.
Oh, yeah.
You're liking what you see so far.
I'm very happy. Very happy. We're just doing something.
That's good news. That's good news.
They showed me the interior, and I was looking, and it's like you come up with these ideas on the fly, because you see something and automatically think of it. Like I saw the interior and I saw the seats, and I'm like, all right, well, obviously the two front seats are going to be separate parts, so that, because for molding purposes. But then I was like, hey, it'd be crazy because we have a big body coming in Series 4, and he's slightly taller than the current figures. And then we have the females, which are slightly smaller. I was like, what if we have notches in the chassis of it so that you can move the seat slightly up or slightly back so that you can accommodate for the regular figures or the females or the large figures? Might be kind of cool. So that ideas like that come into play as this stuff is going along.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, hold on. We just hit 3,000 subscribers.
Oh!
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Awesome. So not only did we pass 500 live viewers, we smashed it. We're at 666 live viewers right now. So Tony, Bobby, we got some giveaways to do. We didn't plan it, so I don't know how we're going to do it on this show. We might save it for our next show. Do the big giveaway then.
Yeah. We'll make an announcement in the week on how we're going to go about it.
Right.
But I'm probably going to give away like a broken Zarana or something like that. There's a really good video on this channel called Articulated Ninja that shows you how to fix the bung arm.
Yep. Hey, thanks, guys. Everyone in the chat saying congrats on 3K. I just want to hit the air horn again.
Thank you, fans. Couldn't do it without you guys.
All right. Ninja, you got another question from your audience?
Yes, I do. Okay, so second question. Is there any updates on shipping to Puerto Rico being available or whatever the shipping issue is? Because I'm not even sure exactly what it is, but I know it was a reoccurring question as far as product into Puerto Rico.
Yep. So the issue is the United States recognizes Puerto Rico as like part of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
However, the United States Postal Service doesn't actually recognize it that way. And what I'm saying is, yes, it may be considered part of the United States, but it costs a lot more to ship to Puerto Rico than it does other states.
Right.
And it's like we have a flat rate $8 shipping. Now, granted, it's like if I ship to Massachusetts, the state next to me, I'm around the $9. So I'm losing $1 on shipping. If I ship to California, which we have a shitload of customers in California, that same package is like $15. So now I'm losing all that money on shipping. But I have to do it because Big Bad, who is a partner of mine, does $4 shipping. I don't know how they do it, man, but they're losing money too. They have to be. But in order to compete with one of my own partners, I have to do $8 flat rate shipping. So I love you guys in California, but man, you guys kill me in shipping. Puerto Rico's the same way. It costs a lot more. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And with my website, WooCommerce, the way they set up shipping, they don't treat Puerto Rico as part of the United States. It's almost like international.
Yeah.
So the rates are so much higher. So I'm trying to figure out plugins and things like that to get Puerto Rico to the point where we know what the rates are. And that's what we're working on. Granted, I know who it is that's probably putting this question out because he's a huge fan. I can count on one hand how many Puerto Rico customers we have. I'm making sure I get it to you. We're working on it. You know, it's just something that it takes time. My web guys will work on it. He's got to talk to WooCommerce. WooCommerce has to figure it out. USPS is involved because it's their plugin. There's a lot of moving parts going on. We are working on it. At the same time, these new orders came in. We got 2 new countries that ordered Action Force for the first time. Our 27 countries turned into 29 countries. I can't wait to get the 30. So we're getting there. But Puerto Rico, we are working on it for you.
Okay. The next question, and this was funny because I didn't think people was going to bring this up. I was laughing with Ryan about it earlier in the week, but I don't know if you guys know what Final Faction is. It's like a Dollar Tree store.
Yep.
Little 3 POA. I don't know if they're 3 POA or 5 POA action figure, but it's usually an action figure that comes with a shit ton of accessories. And I actually had multiple people ask, because of your inside knowledge, how do they basically release a product that price with that many accessories in chains like Dollar Tree and stay at that price point? They don't go to $5. They don't go. They stay around the $2 price mark with everything that they're offering.
So Dollar Tree, there's a shit ton of them. The MOQ is really high. When you go into a Dollar Tree, you see a ton of Final Faction on the shelf. It's not just like 1 or 2. It's a lot. Like they have a lot. And the Dollar Tree toy section, it's not a big section, but there's also not a lot of variety. So something like Final Faction, like it has a good amount of shelf space because it's like there's not a lot of variety. So something like that comes out, it's like, great, we'll give you a ton of shelf space. They probably have a great deal worked out, whatever company that is that's doing Final Faction. It's great. I've been in there. I bought them for my kids, so it's great stuff. You can't beat the price. A lot of reuse on the weapons and stuff like that, but it's just that there's a lot of Dollar Tree, so their MOQ is probably pretty decently high, and they probably have a good factory that's willing to give them that a good price on that. I wish I knew, man. I wish I had that insider knowledge. I can only sit back and guess based on my experiences. That's what I'm guessing on. Because I've only seen them in Dollar Tree. I haven't gone to like Dollar General or whatever dollar stores that certain areas have. They could be going into all these other dollar stores, and there's shit tons of them all over multiple states. So you got to figure if you're hitting Dollar Tree and Dollar General and then whatever other dollar stores, that's a lot, and they carry a lot of products. So their MOQ is probably pretty high, so they're probably getting a great return on it. That's all I can guess on.
Okay.
And they're very thin, like hollow plastic too.
Right. Yeah. It's not like they have good paint apps or anything. All that sucks too. But
but for what you're getting, it's great.
It's
and I think collectors, collectors will look at it like you get this collectors, G.I. Joe collectors, like, oh, they're great, but their paint-ups are shit. Guys, it's a fucking kid line. And I think the problem is collectors have this mentality. It's about us. It's a very elitist mentality. And I get it, because as a collector, we want it to be about us. We want this product to be made for us. Guys, Power of the Force 2 got me to become a collector. That line was not made for collectors. It was made for kids.
Yep.
Don't think like, oh, it was made for collectors. No, it wasn't. It was made for kids. It just so happened that ushered in a new movement of collector. When Star Wars came out with the Legacy Collection and this and that, yes, that was more collector-based. Power of the Force 2 was a kid line. Final Faction is a kid line. Remember who's going in there. It's not about you all the time. Remember that toys are made for kids. Even your Legends. Your Legends are graded for 4+. Yes, they are for you, but Hasbro has to adhere to a certain restriction based on their contract with Marvel. It has to be 4+, which means it has to be graded for kids. Action Force, McFarlane, NECA, they do, I think, 13, 14+. My stuff's 14+. It's different. It's not the same testing. It's not the same stringent rules that retailers have to follow. There's a reason why shit is in the toy aisle and it's 4+. Stop thinking that it's about you all the time. Remember that toys are made for kids. Even though you are the target consumer, some toys have to be made for kids. And when you're buying a toy in a dollar store, don't bitch about the paint apps.
Yeah.
In a dollar store.
Right. Real quick, Bobby, while you're sounding somewhat like a toy guru,
Oh my God, I was just about to say that. I was about to say, don't let me hear you say that. Don't let me hear you say that shit.
I am the toy guru. That is my official title. I took it like we took Valakon. I'm taking the toy guru. That dipshit is no longer allowed to use that name because I am the toy guru.
Man. He put out a video, I don't know, yesterday or the day before about the golden age of toy collecting. I'll make this real quick, right? And he went back and he was talking about the first, what we consider to be the first action figure, which was the 60s 12-inch G.I. Joe. The toy guru, who says in every video that he's an expert, says that because of G.I. Joe's Kung Fu grip, you have Hasbro and G.I. Joe to thank for your action figures being able to hold accessories. I was like, this dumb fuck doesn't even realize that the Kung Fu grip was designed by Palitoy for Action Man in the United Kingdom. That's how much of an expert this guy is. But enough about that moron. I want to hear more of
now, I know factually from working in the toy industry that this is not true.
Why do you have to play it? His voice makes me want to punch him in the face. I wish he was next to me so I could punch him in the face. He has such a punchable face and a punchable voice.
He does, yeah.
Imagine Valor trying to do a stress-free yoga class and the instructor sounds just like him.
Now get into Downward Dog.
But speaking about Faction Forces prices, another question that I have is, how have you kept your prices the same from the start until now, when obviously it seems like so many companies look for any reason or excuse to raise their prices?
I mean, greed is a lot to do with it. I mean, so I touched on it earlier in the show about it, but you know, McFarlane, the video on Shard Mystery Channel that he got a lot of heat for, he also made some interesting points. And one of the interesting points he made was like, guys, I'm going to be the last guy to raise my price. And I loved him for that. I loved it. He was saying, I'm private. It's different. It's a little different when you have shareholders, but it's also not. Hasbro is getting really, really greedy. They don't need to charge $35 for that Spider-Man, and they know it. They absolutely know it. Guys, I've been there, and the shit that I made, I knew they were overcharging for it. I made a 2-pack of the Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord and Yondu 4-inch figures. Yondu has a hole in his holster for his arrow. I had an effect that had the arrow coming out like this. $20 dipshit. We were on cost. On cost. Granted, we were an under cost. We weren't over cost. We were on cost. And he said, no, let's make a little more money out of it. Let's squeeze that sponge a little bit more. And he said, take the arrow out. We don't need the arrow. They're 4-inch figures. And I'm sitting there like looking at Ryan Ting like,
yeah.
Are you going to say something? You want me to say something? Who's going to say something? Do you talk? Do I talk? It was a Poe Dameron moment. And I'm like, who's going to say something here? And I got the look from Dwight like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. And I'm sitting there like, I'm going to say something. Oh, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. So we cut the arrow out. And it's like, motherfucker, he's supposed to come with an arrow. That's why we have the hole in his holster for the arrow. We were on cost for that item. Guys, you're taking an item that was on cost based on the cost sheet. And this dipshit said, nah, I want the profit margin to be just a little bit higher. So fuck your arrow. And it's like,
the guy that did
what?
Would he be the guy that did this? Took out
No,
hands?
no. He's not on Marvel anymore. He's on Games, which I just found out recently. Now they have some woman who's the head of Marvel making these stupid decisions.
Oh, right.
It seems like she's from the same school as him. So, like, when it comes to that shit, it's like, guys, the fuck are they doing? So, yes, they answer to shareholders. They don't need to do what they do, though. They squeeze that sponge for every drop out of it. I said it with Action Force from Series 1 to Series 2, my costs went up 20%. My cost from Series 1 went up 20% to Series 2. I didn't change my price because you know why? I thought it was a bad move. You can't change the price from one series to another after you just started out. You look like an asshole. So I said, no, I'm going to eat that. I'm not going to make the customers eat that. I'm going to eat that. I'm not greedy. Line's doing very well. Line's successful. However, the factory has been able to maintain my same cost. But it's still, my MOQ is a fraction of what Hasbro is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not greedy. Like, it's a 3.8.
It's called inflation, Bobby.
I made in 2022. I'm not greedy. Todd McFarlane, he's not greedy. Hasbro's greedy. They answer to shareholders who are greedy. All these people are greedy. The people on the board who are the shareholders that have a voice are the people spending millions of dollars on that stock. So, of course, they're greedy. They don't care about my voice, who owns, a couple $1,000s in shares. They care about the people that own millions of dollars in shares. But that person doesn't give a fuck about you and your Spider-Man figure. They're like, oh, make them pay for $35. Guys, this is the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to keep the prices as I'm going to follow Todd. When Todd said that, I was like, fuck yeah, man. You fucking tell him. You tell him you're going to be the last guy because I'm with you. I'm going to be the last guy too. That's what we're going to do. Look at all the shit that is raised since Action Force has come out.
So what you're saying is, as soon as Todd raises his prices, Valaverse fans are fucked.
No.
I'm making a joke, Bobby. I'm making a joke.
I mean, listen, I will not raise the prices until absolutely necessary. I hope we never get there. Listen, I said it at Joe Fest about maybe getting Action Force and Valaverse under the umbrella of another company. If that happens, guys, we're not making $32 figures. We're making figures that are less. If I could drop the price, that would be amazing. So it's like, I'm going to fight tooth and nail to make sure prices don't go up. Like, that's just what it comes down to. Yes, we're going to have some exclusives here and there that are a little more expensive. Pandora, she's a more costly figure, the Bloody Pandora. That's why she's more expensive. She's also a much lower MOQ than everything else. That's where the added cost comes in. Exclusivity means extra cost. Extra paint apps means extra cost. It's not like we arbitrarily just make these fucking numbers up.
Mm-hmm.
However, our core figures are $32, and they're going to stay to $32 until absolutely necessary. If shit fucking gets crazy and they're like, hey, costs are going up 40%, I will come out and be like, guys, this is a scenario. Unfortunately, we got to do this. I hope that never happens. If it does, we will navigate that storm. I don't see that happening anytime soon. For Series 3. So Series 3 was a cost. The new factory that I'm at said, hey, some cost raise. So Series, they're calling it, the factory calls it Series 3.1. I call it a continuation of Series 3, which is the spring items that are coming out. They're like, hey, some cost raise. I didn't even bat an eye. I'm like, yeah, fine. It is what it is. Well, I'm not changing the prices. I'm not changing it. Didn't change anything because I'm not greedy. The company is successful. I'm doing just fine. Everyone's happy. Why can't we just all just move along?
Mm-hmm. Cool. Ninja, next question for him.
The next question, I don't want anybody to get in trouble, okay? But the next question, and I wanted to know, we'll ask Tony when he gets back. But I want to know from each of you guys, what do you, in your own mind, what do you consider a quote unquote shill to be? Now, shill, SHILL, that word I felt like was brought to the forefront in 2022 with the engine of greed and everything else. It was a word that was thrown around consistently. And I just wanted to hear, or if we can talk about on the 3POA, what a definitive definition for that word actually is.
Someone who, I mean, personally, I haven't really used that word shill.
Mm-hmm.
Like people can go back and watch the old shows, and I don't know if I've ever said it unironically or not as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
But a shill, there is a dictionary definition, but I think in the context it's been used this past year a lot by the toy community, is someone who is dishonest to their audience for personal gain.
That's pretty much the dictionary definition, which I have right here.
Okay.
An accomplice of a confidence trickster or swindler who poses as a genuine customer to entice or encourage others. So it's someone who, has a relationship with Super 7, Hasbro, Mattel, whoever it is, who will say whatever they need to say to maintain that free flow of free toys.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby,
is it really just about the toys? That's what I was asking you earlier. These guys defend it like they're on fucking salary, and is it really just for some free toys?
I want to say something else about that, and I don't think there's definitely those guys that are getting free toys. Maybe not very much, but I think that the benefit for them is clout. They use it as clout, and that's really what they're selling out for. Like, they're on YouTube, and now they have more clout because they talk to the big guys at the big companies. And I'm sorry, but I watch those videos where they're talking to the big guys at the big companies, and it's not that interesting because they can't say anything. So
right, the entire interaction seems staged. The entire interaction does. It seems like I'm watching robots. Retro Blasting talks about it often. He calls them like aliens in like skinned human suits and shit, and that's what it looks like. I feel like I'm watching two aliens interact, and it's like, oh, don't say that. Oh, but don't say this. Oh, come on, man.
It's
like it's just sad. It's sad.
It's all corporate speak, and some of them have even said it. Oh, we have to have our questions approved. There's a PR company involved, and I'm not going to say the name of it, but there's a PR company involved, and they have to approve the questions. And if you get out of line, they'll cut you off and interview over.
Interesting side note for the audience, right? Just before we went live, our esteemed guest here, Ninja, said, "Hey, Bobby, I sent you a bunch of questions," and Bobby's just like, "Ask me whatever you want."
Yeah, right. He didn't care. He didn't care. No. He didn't care to look at them. He didn't care. He didn't care what questions I was going to ask. And it's like, if you're running your business in an ethical way, that's just how you're going to feel about shit. I don't know.
So I want to make one point. And I thought about this because I'm like, don't call anyone out. You know what? Listen, I'm going to make some points and you're going to figure out who the channels are. But I'm going to spare them from saying who they are. But at the same time, fuck you. I should say who you are.
Don't worry. I think everyone in the live chat is going to
guess. There's a channel. There's a channel. And I like his channel. I like him. I like his channel. He had me on. He hasn't had me on since because I'm not a fan of Super 7. But he had me on. He supported Action Force. I haven't talked to him since. He recently put a post on Instagram or Facebook or whatever the fuck, and me and Ryan talked about it, where he bitched about the delay of another company's product. And granted, me and Ryan are fans of this company.
And we also did an entire show where we also discussed it.
Yes.
And we did not paint it in a positive light. So
yes,
we're very critical of them.
Yeah, very critical. But they're making very quality stuff, and they warrant their price point. However, this individual on his channel bitched about this one item. However, this individual will praise the fuck out of anything Super 7 does. And I'm just like, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. When you are a YouTube influencer, granted, we live in a country where news sources are so objective, it gets ridiculous. Toy YouTube influencers are the fucking same. They can be bought. They will report on what the fuck they want to report on. And they will not acknowledge shit they should be acknowledging. You're a news source. You should be objective, and you should be, it doesn't matter about your free fucking figures. You should be acknowledging shit. And I get it. I'm not a YouTube influencer. I don't rely on it for money. So I get it. You know, you want to rely on being in their good graces. But at the same time, you got to tell a company, hey, listen, man, you fuck up, I'm going to call you out. You can't call out one company for a delay on a figure. Now, granted, the delay is long. We've been waiting a long time. When that other fucking company has put out a Series 3 or a Series 4 before they got the fucking Series 2 out, you cannot apologize for them. Or you can't glaze over what the fuck they said. You can't serve him softball questions. Hey, Brian, here's this softball question. Here, do you want me to put it on a little kid's tee for you? I'll put on a little kid tee for you. That's basically what he does. And again, I like this guy. He is a great channel, but you cannot fucking pick and choose like that, man. You gotta, and listen, I'm not saying I want all these channels to have me on. I get it. You don't like that I shit on other companies. I get it. And I get you can't have me on. I get it. I get you big channels. I get it. Listen, I'm doing fine without you. I'm doing perfectly fine without you. Would I love to be on your channel? Yes. And if you asked me, I would definitely come on your channel. And I would be civil. I'd say, if you tell me I can't talk about Super 7, fine. I don't need to talk about Super 7. I'll talk about a fucking Action Force. But it's fine. But you cannot shit on one company and then softball the other company because you love the shit they do and you have, their owner is on your channel and this and that. You can't fucking do that. Guys, I'm not an influencer. I could talk about whatever the fuck I want because I know the His Tank guys are going to be like, well, you talk shit about Hasbro, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can. I can. And you know what? They can talk shit about me. Will they? No, but they can. I'm not saying they can't. They can actually do it. Brian Flynn can talk shit whatever he wants. He can wear a fucking Valiver sucks dick shirt like I wore my Subpar 7 shirt. He can do it. He can do whatever fuck he wants. And I don't give a fuck because I have a company to run and that's what I'm going to do. Do I hate what he does? Yes. Do I hate that he charges you guys $55 for basically a 5-point articulated figure? And then on the flip side, we'll tell you, I don't add articulation because I don't like to see the engineering lines. You're full of shit. And you know what? These channels should be calling him out. They should say, hey, Brian, listen, we understand that that's your point of view, but don't you feel that the responsibility is to the consumer? The consumer wants a certain thing. You're one guy. You run the company. I don't like butterfly joints. I put a poll up asking people if Action Force should have butterfly joints. The poll was unanimous. Should have butterfly joints. What did I do? I changed it. My figures have butterfly joints. Yeah, you're going to say, oh, the females don't. Yeah, but I cored out the female torso so that she could reach across. So it does the job of not having butterfly joints.
Right.
But the male figures have butterfly joints to get the combat grip.
Which is something I wanted to bring up because Ninja mentioned that in his video.
I know. And that's why I brought it up.
We discussed this in the private chat.
But
we discussed this in the private chat. Like, what? And Bobby's like, They don't need it. When
They don't
when
need
the
yeah.
figure can cross her arms and hold a gun like that.
If the
You don't
figure
need that
could
extra
not,
articulation.
if the figure could not have a cross grip, I would have added butterflies. You don't add articulation just for articulation's sake. You just don't. It's unnecessary. Find me a Lady J, find me a Scarlet, find me a Zorana. I bet you their butterfly joints do not even matter in the range of motion because they don't work. Because the female torso is too small to get a range of motion for the butterfly joints. Half of classified figures, their butterfly joints don't even fucking work. But that's neither here nor now. I'm saying that what that person should do is say to Brian, Brian, you're one guy. Don't you feel it's the responsibility to give your hundreds or thousands of consumers what they want? And what they want is articulation. For a $55 price point, don't you feel that they should have double elbows? Or don't you feel they should have double knees? No, it's not about what you think. It's not about your view, like because you don't like engineering lines. That's a bullshit excuse. You decided to have an office in the most expensive fucking city in the West Coast. You think that doesn't factor into the $55 price point? The Matt Cardona and Brian Myers wrestling figures, they offered them at $55. Oh, they did a series 2 of these figures with more deco. They upped them to fucking $70 because Brian said, oh, they have more deco ops. Not fucking $20 or $15 worth of deco ops, you dummy. Like, guys, I know what I'm talking about here. I know what I'm talking about. That's not the case. And all these influencers are apologetic to it. I get it. Listen, and also listen, we live in a time where people want to listen to a show and they want to hear positivity. They don't want to hear negativity. We live in a very negative world. They want to hear positivity, especially when it's something they love.
But you can be positive without lying. They're just afraid of fucking lying.
Exactly. And that's what I don't like is that they get on these shows. Another, Brian Flynn was on another giant influencer's channel. And he was serving up softballs. He was just lobbing them. Here you go. There you go. And it's like, dude, come on. Same thing with a channel I mentioned earlier in the show that I've been shitting on. I don't want to say it by name because I've been shitting on them all show. He said Snake Eyes was a great fucking movie. Oh, because Hasbro sent me. Hasbro gave me tickets to go see Snake Eyes. So I have to say it's great for all my 30 viewers. And you know what? His 30 viewers were like, hey, fuck you, man. That movie sucked. You should come out and be like, yes, Hasbro sent me, but oh no, I got to stay in their good graces because I want to make sure that Lenny gives me free figures and puts me on his show because we got to be friends. No, man. Ninja held me accountable.
He got to interview Henry Golding on the channel. Like, that's why he was shilling, right? Because he gets an opportunity like that. And then that Henry Gold, I felt bad for Henry Golding because that interview, I don't know what the views are at now, but within 2 weeks, it was like 311 views or something.
Yeah. Guys, listen, Ninja held me accountable. He said, guys, Valorverse is great. But you know what? It's bullshit that they're putting out a basic trooper with no weapons. You should be battle ready right out of the box. And at first I was like, fuck you, man. I make a great edit. But then I was like, wait a second. Hold on. Let me take a step back. You know what? I think he's right. You know what? We should be battle ready out of every box. Called the factory up right away and I said, hey, let's put a fucking gun in every fucking trooper's box. From here on out, that's what we're doing. And we got it in right away. You gotta listen. And without him being honest about it, I would not have listened and I wouldn't have changed things. It's okay. And look, he's on our fucking show. There's no hard feelings. It wasn't like, hey, no, fuck you, man. I'm doing what I'm doing. No, I said, no, you're right. There should be. And this is what we get. So, guys, the influencers do not have to coddle.
No, they don't. I think it's because we live in a day and age where people think if you criticize something, you hate it, or you have to be disrespectful, or you have to. There's no shades of constructing criticism at all. It's either you love it or you stay quiet. Period.
Yep.
And then they couch themselves as.
I got a question for Ninja. You are, and this is without question. You are responsible for every new Valorverse basic trooper now coming with a weapon accessory. How does that make you feel, man?
I don't believe it.
No, you are, man. Yeah,
It feels
that
so
was
good.
all you.
I don't believe it. It's crazy. And
Because
all of that
I
was
throw ideas at Bobby all the time, and he just like, nah, not doing that. And then you make a video, and he changes everything moving forward. It's like every basic figure is now going to come with a weapon.
right. And there were so many people at the time.
Man. That is the true power. I don't like the word influencer, but that is the true power of an influencer, to be able to. And look, I'm going to be really honest here. One of the reasons that I have become so attached to your channel, which is why I became attached to Retroblasting when I discovered them 6-7 years ago. You have a unique voice. You're not a cookie cutter channel. You're not doing reviews like every other reviewer out there on YouTube, where it's the figure with the hand. It's a figure with the hands in the camera, but you have an interesting perspective. It's not, these are the accessories, this is the articulation, this is this. You have a unique voice. And whether I agree or disagree with you, with anyone out there, I want to hear a unique voice. I don't want to hear the same shit regurgitated that you see in 50 other videos. So hats off to you, man. You are a unique voice in this community. You are one of the true influencers in this community. That word gets thrown around a lot, way too much.
Right.
You are a true influencer for the best of reasons, not the worst of reasons. And it's a pleasure to have you on, man. It really is.
I appreciate you guys. I definitely appreciate you guys. And I think one of the biggest reasons why I appreciate everybody here, including Talk Art's not here. He's in the chat. Shout out to Talk Art, Retro Blasting. Yep. I think it's important when it's just hard. The reason that I appreciate you guys is because there's not a lot of channels like that. There's so many bought and paid for channels. Their opinions are for sale. That I don't always have to agree with Vala for him to respect me and for me to respect him. But how do I convey that in a message without being rude or disrespectful? Or how do I explain to someone that, hey, this product I think is good, but here's how it can be great? A lot of these other content creators are just saying, no, this is great, no questions asked. And you know it's not. You know it's not. You're talking about a figure on the same mold from 10 years ago and you're saying it's great? Come on, son. Come on, man. Like, it's so obvious. It's obvious. It's sad. I don't know. But that's why I appreciate you guys, because there's not too many channels and there's not too many people that basically hold themselves or hold a company or whatever accountable. Everybody is bought and paid for. How many toy news channels do I watch? And I enjoyed them before you guys ripped down the curtain and showed the truth. I enjoyed these channels, but how many channels do I watch? Honestly, guys in the chat, how many channels, toy news channels, and they're super big, but how many of them actually report on Action Force updates, what's happening, when things are releasing, and why is that?
So articulate. Can I know you've got something to say. You've probably got a lot to say, Bobby, but real quick. There is one particular channel, and I don't dislike this guy at all, but we were pretty good friends at one point. He runs a channel that is dedicated to Action Force, the original Palatoy Action Force, and that started to bleed into the new Action Force. And then because of weird toy politics in the background with this company doesn't like that company and all of that, hasn't changed the name of his channel, unlike was it Secret Galaxy now or whatever. He's changed the name. He hasn't changed the name. It's the title. It's an Action Force title, the name of the channel. And all he talks about, well, over the last few weeks anyway, has been the HasLab Sky Striker.
How much sense does that? That makes no sense.
Spoken about Action Force in years.
I mean, listen. Here's the problem. The problem is that you can't align yourself with someone who's going to talk shit about someone else you align yourself with. So there are channels out there that supported Valaverse very early on. Got prototypes that I sent to them. They did videos. And now it's like, if you message them now, it's crickets. But I get it. because Valaverse or Action Force is a super fucking hotline. Nobody can argue with it. But they certainly can't report on it because we're in bed with 6 other fucking companies over here.
But in bed doesn't even mean you're on salary. You're just getting free toys.
No, they get free shit. That's all that matters because their free shit equals views. And to them, that's all that. But you know what's funny? We are all catching up. Look at how many live views we have. Look how many live.
Right.
Find me the top 5 fucking YouTube toy influencers right now. They don't touch us with live views. They don't touch you with replay views. They don't touch any of us. The tide is changing. Yes,
we got 700 right now.
Have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but they do not have the interaction that we have, that you have, that Talker Art has, because the tide is turning. Because people are like, "Fuck you and your Hell Charger, fuck you and your $35 Spider-Man." We want real shit, and we're giving them real shit.
100%. And I had one of my friends. And, he's into action figures and stuff. And when I started to yes, 700, everybody please just take a second. If you did not like the video, please like the video. Just click like. And
I want every one of those 700 people watching, if they haven't already, to go and subscribe to Articulated Ninja.
Yes.
The link to his channel is in the chat. I've just put it there. It's in the description. Ninja, you have the floor.
Thank you. So yeah, I was going to say, one of my friends, when I started to talk about all of Action Force's improvements, he didn't want me to talk about it. Like, he's like, well, no, don't do that, because the cool thing, quote unquote, to do is to be against it. Because I like classified, I have to be against that. And in what world does that make any sense at all? So you want me to align myself with the $1 billion company that doesn't care about nobody, nothing other than the profit margin. And you think it makes sense for me to sit here like these other toy channels and ignore all the improvements that Action Force and Valaverse has been doing in this short ass amount of time? And then another comparison that kills me is when they say, well, you should, if, Pandora having a quality issue, which she doesn't, mine was fine. Wrists were kind of tight, but that's it. But let's say Pandora or an Action Force figure has a quality issue. They say that's the same as Zorana's quality issue. And I'm like, it's not, though. You're talking about $1 billion company, the biggest in the world, that has been doing this for God knows how long. And they're over 50 figures in at this point. And it's not comparable. It's like Valaverse, Action Force. And when you look at the bigger picture, they're still basically freshmen. They're freshmen doing all the shit that they're doing. And we're basically changing the tide of the content creation in the toy community within this first year. Who knows what's going to happen next? But it's just sad to me how many of these guys I looked up to, and then I get into content creation and I realize, oh, wow, these guys are just bought and sold. Their opinions are all paid for. That's sad.
Listen,
relatable
I know
figures. We have.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I just wanted to tell relatable figures that we actually have 501 likes. Sometimes you just got to refresh.
503.
There you go. Go ahead, Bobby.
No, listen. I know if there's an issue on the females, we are addressing that minor issue on Monday. That minor issue is less than 0.5%. Less than 0.5% of all total customers. But we are acknowledging it no matter what. Did Hasbro acknowledge all the breakage on
Hasbro never acknowledges nothing, so you can just stop right there. They never acknowledge anything.
Every issue that came up, issue with Series 1, issue with the Scarabs, I've acknowledged every fucking issue. And I've been honest and transparent with all of it. So it's like, did Super 7 acknowledge anything? No. So it's like,
Hasbro acknowledged the Sentinel knees when Dwight came out with Galactus and went,
and that's the thing. Yeah, that was
an apology to people. That's crazy. That was their apology, smacking the knees like that, making a joke out of it. When you're talking about millions of dollars. That's amazing. And that's the company that I'm watching so many content creators want to get behind and align themselves with. Like I said, it's sad because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I was just posting one video every 2 or 3 months, I really wasn't in the game like that. And now that I am, a lot of these channels that I did enjoy, I no longer enjoy watching them because it's just super obvious to me how paid for their opinions actually are. And it's sad. But then people will go over to Retro's channel and be like, oh, he's Mr. Negative. Well, where would we be without channels like that? Sure. Because his channel helped influence my channel, helped give me guidelines to talk in between. Well, I'm like, okay, so you have Retro on this side, and then you have Talker on this side. Both of them are going to keep it real. They're just going to keep it real in different ways.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me try to play in the middle. So I'll try to play in the middle. I'll try to be logical. I'll still try to be respectful. I'll try to bring up examples and evidence and do all these things. And it's still not good enough because people they just want a conflict. It's kind of like, hey, if you like DC, you have to hate Marvel. Hey, if you like Marvel, you have to hate DC. I don't know. To me, they're just so brainwashed. They're all just brainwashed.
Yeah, I mean, people hate drama videos, don't they, Ryan?
I mean, they hate drama videos, but drama videos do the best, and they're always excited to tell you that they are going to unsub. That's for sure.
Right.
They cannot wait to tell you,
which is dramatic in its own right, isn't it? Like this posting that. Yeah, here we go. So this was on my Toy Guru video from like 2 weeks ago. This guy Mike Crow. Tony, you're sad, pathetic, and just childish. The toxicity, blah, 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 blah. This is... Okay, this screenshot was taken a week or two ago, but it says there, as you can see, 1 hour ago. He's making this very dramatic exit from my channel. Ryan, do we have another screenshot there somewhere? Oh, 11 months ago, the same guy unsubscribed because he used to come here for toy reviews to learn more about Action Man and Action Force. Do you know, I just dropped one of the best Palatoy Action Man videos that's ever going to exist on YouTube. I just dropped that. I premiered it this morning, my time. But this was just me talking about the people who were coming at me in the YouTube comments because I said I didn't like the Book of Boba Fett. You're coming at me because of my opinion. Like, I'm not invading the fucking Ukraine. I just thought a Disney Plus TV show was bad.
And you were funny about it, too. That video was hilarious. That video was hilarious, man.
What those dummies don't understand is, so they watched your video. They watched your video and then thumbs down it, and then wrote a comment saying, unsubscribe. Well, you know what, dummy? You watched it. That counted as a view. Views are money. And you know what? That's why I love the people that there's 7 to 10 people that downgrade a Valaverse video every time. You know what's funny? YouTube doesn't show that, you dumb fucks.
They don't.
You are absolutely dumb fucks. So you know what you did? You watched my video, and in order for your downgrade to count, you have to watch the video. You watched the video, you sat through it. I'm going to downgrade it. And you downgraded it. Well, you know what happened? YouTube doesn't show your downgrades, but you know what it did? That watch equaled money for me. So fuck you.
Well, here's the thing. By the way, 3POA gets 6 to 7 downvotes every video.
Of course they do.
Well, we're doing something special today because we've got 16 downvotes today.
Great. Thanks for the interaction.
There are 16.
Thanks for watching.
Grown, neck-bearded men sitting in their mum's basement with sand in their vagina who downvoted this video.
Thanks for the money, dummies. Thanks for the money.
How you can downvote anything that includes the dulcet tones of our esteemed guest.
Look, the downvotes and the comments that the guy left on his way out of your channel, they don't realize that boosts engagement. And when YouTube sees any type of engagement, YouTube then pushes the video in more recommendations. So not only is it, as Val said, as far as you get the view, we get paid the AdSense and everything else, but you guys are helping boosting us to reach more people, when you decide to leave. Like in my mind, I say to myself, as a grown man, even when I have watched a video I never agreed with, it has never once crossed my mind to say, hey, let me talk shit about why I don't agree with this video. I just didn't agree or I didn't like it and I left the video. Whether I stayed for the whole video or I just watched the beginning. Once I realize it's not for me, I leave. That's it. I don't take the time to leave a negative comment or to be mean or to be disrespectful. And there's so many people that actually enjoy it. And I feel bad for them. A lot of the times I take the time and I laugh at them or I tell them, yo, I hope your day gets better. But there's so many people. And I'm like, this must genuinely make you feel good to just leave a hateful comment on someone else's content. Even guys that I don't like, I would never leave just a random hateful comment on their content. Like, how sad is your life to do that?
I mean, look, I hope they keep leaving the negative
I would
content.
comment on every Toy Guru video, but I've never commented before.
That being said, I hope they keep leaving the negative content comments because I like the interaction. But I mean, look, this guy, Mike, says he doesn't like the drama. Nothing's more dramatic than what he just did, announcing his exit. We don't know who you are. Okay, bye. Whatever.
Pay attention to me. I'm leaving. Yeah. I'm going to walk out the door and I'm going to tell you that I'm leaving. So make sure you watch me as I walk out the door with my t-shirt in my hand. I cry about it.
That's a very narcissistic thing to do.
Right.
But anyway.
Losers.
So we got a ton of super chats here. But I do just want to say, Mike Crow also used the toxic word. It's way overused. Right? It's not toxic.
I didn't realize opinions were toxic.
Yeah.
I'm not a toxic human being. Jesus Christ. What about me is toxic?
I mean,
Apart
you
from
fell
my liver, maybe.
asleep during a UFC. You fell asleep during a UFC while you were in the USA at my office. You're fucking super toxic.
Yep.
Look, right. The reason I fell asleep during UFC in your office is because the night before I went out drinking with Michael French, Matt Swafford, Timothy Ward, April, and Melinda Mock. And those guys showed me such a good time that I was broken.
I don't want to hear excuses.
I got like 2.5 hours sleep, and then Michael French woke me up and drove me an hour and a half to Atlanta Airport. Michael, I will never forget that. Full respect, man. Because otherwise I would have missed my plane. And I've done that before, but last time, Dubai, that's the story for another video.
All right. We're going long here because I got 47 super chats to get through. Ninja, did you have any more questions from your audience?
Nah, man, I want to hear the chat. I want to hear what the people have to say about everything we've been talking about.
Another show tomorrow with just all the super chats.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to need to. Retro Blasting, thank you. He says, Articulated Ninja, I've got some tips and tricks to handle all the attacks. It's a Delta Force grade support group. We also have cake. We meet on Thursdays. Hope to see you.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right. We got Howler. Howler 689. Thank you. Can't stick around, but take my first super chat anyway. Sounds like a great discussion going on. Can't wait for the replay. Thank you, Howler. Roberts Infinite Realms. Thank you. Wow, my wife sent a super chat. Epic night. My praise to Ninja, Tony, and Bobby. Maybe Potato.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. LMYL69. Thank you for the super chat. You four guys are literally changing the action figure game together. Vala is putting together the Justice League without even knowing it. I hope so.
Wow.
Yes.
I hope so, because there does need to be a change. I was going to say earlier, there's nothing toxic or negative about speaking for consumers and wanting a better product for collectors. There's nothing negative or toxic about that.
Guys, hold on. The credit to bringing the Justice League together is not me. It is Ryan. Ryan is the one who runs this show. I'm just here. They tell me when to be here. Ryan is the Batman that runs this fucking show. I may be Superman. Just tell me where to show up.
All right.
Ryan is the Batman that's bringing us all together. So if you want to congratulate anyone for forming a Justice League, it is Ryan.
Thanks, man. And Tony is Wonder Woman.
Well, I'm Desert Rat.
Okay. Thank you, LMY69. Not Top Goon, our old buddy. Thank you for the super chat. Ayo, the squad rune is here. Love to see you, Ninja. Your tour reviews are rock solid. Indeed, they are.
Yo, real quick. Every time I see Not Top Goon, every chat I see, every time I'm watching 3POA and I see him pop up, I know that I feel like I'm about to get robbed. I love his icon. Like every time I see that icon, I automatically smile because he has kept that shit the same since I started watching. I love that icon.
He used to be Top Goon, and I was like, I don't know why you got to be a goon in here, and he changed it to Not Top Goon.
I like it.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's
let me remove the chat. Oh,
I should know better. The memes will happen instantly.
Tony, is this what you've been working on?
No, bro. I just went for a toilet break. That stuff's already in the 3POA group.
I love our fans. Geez. I love it. You guys are fucking awesome.
3POA gang is strong. I love the 3POA gang. All right. A million super chats to get through still. Autumn Rain. Thank you. Ninja, would you ever want to do a photo or video work for Hasbro, Legends, or Classified?
That's a hard pass for me. And it's not nothing personal because I like Classified. I like Legends. To me, I think we could look at Vala as an example. They obviously don't even value their passionate employees. They don't. But I think the bigger thing for me is I enjoy making art for the action figures that I actually do enjoy. Don't send me a repaint of a figure from 10 years ago and say, hey, make this look nice. I'm not going to make it look nice. So thank you.
Cool. All right. We got K Daily 1982. Thank you. Game in the UK just had a massive clearance. I think GameStop maybe. I got the Null and Venom 2-pack for £15. Regular retail price £93. Wow, nice score, man. I didn't know you guys GameStop there. If you meant
I don't even have a GameStop around me because it closed down.
Yeah, they're closing. I think this might be GameStop's last year as a company.
Hanging out with Dorkside.
Oh yeah, yep. Eric Alfred Abel, thank you. Go ahead.
Sorry, Mike Espinoza. He's the one who did those quick memes.
Mike Espinoza, the meme master. There he is. Eric Alfred Abel, thank you, sir, for the super chat. Hats off to you guys. Thanks for the great figures, Bobby. I'll be going to Valicon with my Marine this year. Nice. Oh, his daughter, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, she was awesome, man. Yeah, guys, come by the booth because she's awesome. Can't wait to meet you. Come on by.
Yep, they're going to be there to buy toys. He's going to be with her this year. Nice. Eric, I look forward to meeting you, man. Jose Santos, thank you. When are you going to make an articulated ninja figure?
Working up the contract. We'll send it over to him. But he's got a shill. He's got a shill like hardcore. Yep. He's got to like carry those nuts like right here. Be like, what?
Oh my god. Oh, Yesterland Toys. So where do you stand on? Where do you stand, Bobby, on Stan Solo, Toy Weaver, and the rest of third-party makers?
So, listen, I love Chris at Stan Solo. We're actually working together on something that we're going to debut soon for Joe Fest. I started collecting vintage Star Wars a number of years ago, and I got out of it because I didn't like all the repro shit. Because I didn't like the idea of not knowing what I was buying. But then I got back into it. I was more knowledgeable. But at the same time, I get it. Like, people that make repro stuff because people don't want to spend $400 on a figure. And I get it. Because when I started collecting vintage Star Wars last year and I got into it, it's like, dude, I'm paying, $400 or $500 for a figure. I get it. That shit sucks. And you know what? You don't have the money for it. So Chris Smith, Stan Solo, they offer an opportunity for you to get an EV99 that an arm doesn't fucking break, and he's $30. That's fucking awesome. I don't like the sellers on eBay that say something is 100% vintage and sell it. Like, I don't like that kind of shit. And you're never going to get past that deception. I have no problem with, the 3D makers of that kind of stuff, like when you're doing it in that sense. I have a problem with people remaking blatant like IP ripoffs, because I have an IP and I'm protective of that IP. If you're making a blaster, if you're making a figure, fine. If you're making, perfect example, Stan Solo does an EV99 figure. Hasbro's never going to make a fucking EV99 figure. They're never going to make a vintage EV99 figure. EV99 is super expensive. His arms break all the time because he was gold, and gold metallic plastic back in the 80s was really fragile. So it's hard to find one with an arm not broken. And if you do, he's like $300 to $400. Stan Solo makes one for $30. That's fucking great. So if you're making one-offs, fine. But when you're blatantly making someone else's IP where shit isn't an issue or anything like that, I don't really get down with that. So it's a real gray area. I can't say that I'm for it or I'm against it or this or that. Each scenario is different, because on one hand I could be okay with one thing, on another hand I'm not okay with one thing. Not everyone is apples to apples. Every scenario is going to be different when it comes to third party and recreating stuff. You can't just make a blanket statement about it.
Okay. Thank you, Yesterland. Thank you, Payne's Toy Samples. Got my lady Merchants of Death in Wednesday. Got shipping notification on Bloody Pandora and some extras today. Thanks for the great toys, Bobby.
You got it, bud. Thanks for ordering.
Marvelous Nerd, once again, thank you. Bobby, any discount code? Need to my first Action Force figures. Need to order?
No discount codes right now. I mean, every now and then we do sales. We did one during Veterans Day for Tony and Tim. When it matters, we're not just gonna arbitrarily just do it. So we'll take a look at the calendar and see what's coming up. Because I know, like, listen, you guys love sales. Like, I love sales. I wait for that Kohl's 30% off coupon. But we just haven't gotten anything out. We did one again for Veterans Day. But we'll look at the calendar and see, and maybe something will come up soon.
All right. Axion Figures, thank you. The 3POA gets hate because they tell it like it is. People don't like facts. Yeah. And they don't realize that it's not all criticism is negativity. And not all positivity is positive.
They also don't realize that opinions without evidence are not facts.
There you go.
Right.
But I know because I've been in the toy industry, so what I say is fact.
Barry Rappaport, thank you, sir. Great podcast, 669 watching. Also, shout out to Bobby Screw. He just shouted out himself.
That's right. Listen, Barry packed a shit ton of your orders today. Give some love to Barry and my whole crew. John and Jordan and Jordan's son and Andrew, all those guys, man, they made this shit happen today.
But not Mike.
Mike wasn't here. Mike boxed up the first initial wave of Series 3. So shout out to Mike. But everyone today that boxed up all these fucking orders and made us break records today, that was the crew I had today.
Killer. All right. Thank you, Barry. Melinda. Shout out to Melinda. Thank you so much. Is it possible that all four of you might come to Valicon? Loving the show, guys. My hotel is booked. Just got to get my flight. I'm going to
be there. Yep.
I think it's 100% confirmed that every single handsome man on this screen is going to be at Valicon.
Right. I didn't know earlier. If I would have known earlier, I would have paid for the table right next to Action Force. I didn't know earlier, but I will still be there. I'll still be by the table.
I got some pull.
Right. Are you going to have a table there?
Yeah, I have a table next to you.
I can make that happen.
All right.
All right. We'll talk.
All right.
Hey, quick shout out to Mrs. Flash, Mrs. Barry. She was helping out with orders today. I can't leave her out also.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Melinda. See you at Valicon. Victor Barnes. Thank you, sir. Action Force is the best line out right now. Price, quality, and customer service are on point. Will we be getting Eclipse version 2 down the line?
Ooh. I don't want to say nothing, but stay tuned because maybe something for Joe Fest is coming up.
All right.
Look,
Wait.
God, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm very appreciative to be privy to a very small part of inside information at Valaverse. Like, Bobby doesn't share everything with me. I know little bits. Guys, if you're a fan of this line, you need to go to Valacon.
Yeah.
You need to go.
3 exclusives this year, baby.
Yes.
3 exclusives.
Nice. All right.
And you know what? One of them might have to do with action points. What?
It's happening. Good, because I got like
It's about time.
Scrapbook.
Let me whip this out.
Listen,
look at this.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to talk about that because that spawned from a drunk conversation between me and Jordan one night here in this very conference room where we came up with a Valaverse exclusive for the action points. Just fucking wait.
So you said last year the line was around the building, right? Well, it went outside.
It was out the door. Yeah, it was out the door.
If that's what it was last year, imagine what it's going to be this year. Are you prepared for that?
They told me, they were like, hey, listen, we're going to move you. And they gave me like, I'm right in the center of the whole fucking con. And I have a booth that's like a giant square. So I'm right in the middle. It's not going to matter. That shit's still going to be out the fucking door. Doesn't matter.
We're scaling up this year, Ninja. We're going to have more people at the booth helping out.
Yep.
If you want to help out, bro.
Yeah. I told Val that multiple times. I'll be there to help out. I'll be there to help out.
I'll put you to work.
Awesome.
I'm not worried about it.
All right. On with the super chats. Brandon Pleasant, thank you. Hey, Bobby, any chance we might see smoke effects and or explosion effects in the future?
Smoke effects? You mean
he's reaching? He's reaching.
Smoke effects? Now, granted, don't get crazy like, oh, well, they're orange. No. The factory just sent me test shot samples. Everything was orange. This is the new smoke effect that you're seeing for the first time. That is for our slide action pistols. Oh, but wait, here's another slide action pistol.
Oh, that's killer.
Look at that. Oh, wait, here's another slide.
That's a new muzzle flash effect.
Yep, that's a new muzzle flash effect. That's a new smoke effect. Wait a second. Oh, wait, you want to see more? Oh, here's a new AK-47. Look at that. Oh, the mag's not in it. Oh, wait, do you want to see a new MP5? Look at that. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, do you want to see a new AR? Oh, look at that. Oh, wait,
Bobby, hold that AK up again.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wait, do you want to see new Vector? Oh, look at that.
Oh,
do you want to see the Barrett? Look at that. Oh, wait, do you want to see the new Saw? Oh, look at that. Oh, wait, do you want to see the minigun? Oh, with the bullets coming out. Holy shit. Look at that. Oh, and look at the bullets in it. Look at the bullets in it. Holy shit. Wait, look at the bullets in that one. Oh, look at that. So, yeah, it's all coming. Look, I just gave away a shit ton of Toy Fair exclusives right there.
Oh, man.
All the things I was saving for Toy Fair, I just gave away in one show.
There we go. Hey, now you know how to get Bobby to talk. Just give him a little liquor.
Right. Vala, you know the powers that be. They're going to come for you.
Action, boom.
The powers that be are going to come for you, Vala. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Shit, I don't know what to say. Too much.
Okay, we kind of covered this.
I do hope that your minigun has the ammunition like, you see that on Serpentor?
You mean the belt? You mean the ammo belt? Hold on. The ammo belt? Hold on. Oh, shit. It fell apart. Hold on. Sorry.
They're prototypes.
It's a
Calm
prototype.
down,
Oh,
haters.
you mean the ammo belt? Like that ammo belt?
Yeah.
The ammo belt on the minigun? Oh, shit.
Well,
and
yeah, it doesn't bend around and go back into
the spinning
itself.
barrel? The spinning barrel?
Like on the Serpentor air chariot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we made the ammo belt because you're going to be like, oh, well, the ammo belt has to go into a backpack. Yeah, it's coming, dickhead. But we did it because to include it. But you know what? We have the drum as well. So we want to make sure that you have everything right off the bat. But, obviously the drum is the shit. But, sorry, it fell apart because it's a test shot. But look, minigun, bullets coming out. Oh, shit. Take
Just
that,
shoot
Dwight.
snakes.
Is that...
All right. Question
Oh, wait, look.
for.
Listen, we have Jordan listening. I got to show this one because
let me
he's a
pull you
huge rhino fan. Look at that rhino. Oh,
Killer.
look at that rhino. That's all I'm showing.
Nice.
That's it. That's all you guys get.
That's it. Andrew Sabina, thank you, sir. Question for Ninja. I like the figure that your avatar. That's your avatar in your videos. What's he made from?
Okay, so the top is a G.I. Joe classified Firefly, and what you'll probably see, I updated it to one of the most recent Valorverse figures for the black bottoms, but the black bottom you're talking about is from the G.I. Joe classified Snake Eyes. And the mask, I believe, is from an articulated Icon Samurai, and the hat is from a DC Collectibles Static Shock, I believe, or you could just use Lady J from Lady J, or you can use Trigger's hat. I like Trigger's hat, so...
Cool. Nostalgia Not, thank you for the super chat. Hasbro lack of extras and poor QC is my gripe with their recent price hikes. Legends going line wide into a $30 range. It's crazy. That would be my exit from the line. $30 range. Yeah. Look, I already see people dropping out just over the plastic free packaging. Inbox collectors, they're out. There's no reason to collect them. And
you know, I didn't think that was going to happen. Like, even when it was just in talks, I said there's no way they're literally going to just shit on all the mint on card adult collectors like that. I honestly did not think that was going to happen. And then it did.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. Transporter 8, thank you for the super chat. I just received my Wave 3 here in Connecticut. Right on.
That's right. See, because we're in Rhode Island, so it's like anyone in Connecticut or Massachusetts is getting their shit real quick. You get it like next day, which is wild.
Thank you, Transporter 8. Ace from Ramen Toys. Thank you, sir. There are very few channels which do proper reviews. Most channels are not doing proper reviews, in my opinion. But that's life. Some go on to do better and grow. Fair? Okay. Thank you, Ace. Yep. We got one from Saints fan 1221. Thank you, sir. Hey guys, rant of the year so far, Bobby. Hey Bobby, any update on the Resvani vehicle? We went into that.
Hey man, you must have missed the show.
No, he sent that super chat before you went into it.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, listen to the show. I got you covered, bud.
Yep. Thank you, Saints fan. We got one from Roberts. Infinite Realms. Thank you. My nostalgia is the feelings I get with new Action Force. Awesome.
That's what I do. I tickle. I say, hey.
I'm telling you, opening these things up, cutting out the card, cutting out the action points, that was nostalgic for me. That was a nostalgic experience. And building a scrapbook is a new experience. That's great too.
Making potatoes is a new experience. Ooh.
Tony, you're muted.
Just leave him muted.
I didn't mute him.
I muted myself, whatever.
Damn.
Ryan muted
him.
Nostalgia Not, thank you. Toy review YouTube is a joke. Watch them only to see sculpts, paint, and articulation. The actual content creator opinions go in one ear and out the other for me. Yeah.
And that's why people should subscribe to channels like Articulated Ninja and Retro Blasting, because they actually have an opinion to offer. I don't care whether I agree with the opinion or don't. It's a unique opinion, a unique perspective, and that's why Articulated Ninja, Retro Blasting, and right here on this channel, 3POA, with how the fuck are we still at 3,000 subscribers, man?
Listen, guys, I'm going to get Articulated to 15K. We're going to get him there. 15K. Oh, yeah.
He's within what time frame?
Within what time frame?
Yeah, it's
like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Tomorrow.
It's going to happen. My channel, I wasn't expecting to grow as fast as I did within the first year. I've never seen a toy channel grow that fast within the first year. Well, within the first, really, it was like 8-9 months. I've never seen that before. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
It's the content, man. The content and the value of it, like the value of the content alone is what warrants the subs.
And you mentioned it earlier, but it's funny to me when I watch these guys, I swear, chat, let me know if you've seen the chat, but I swear a lot of these content creators that have so many subscribers, they had to pay for them, because when I check the engagement on their videos, their comments, their likes, their views, it does not add up to their subscriber count at all. Like at all. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, there's definitely something suspicious there. But the engagement is so low. And like what they just commented, maybe it's because people come and just view it, but they totally ignore the opinions of the content creator. There's no comment, there's no like, there's nothing. Engagement is just super low.
Yeah.
How about this? I'm gonna say it right now. If Ninja hits 15K before Valicon, I'm gonna take every item that I have in the warehouse, every item right now, and I'm going to let Ninja auction it off to one of his listeners when he hits 15K before Valicon. And that listener will get every single item that I have in the warehouse right now.
You mean like one of each?
Yeah. One of each. One of each.
Okay.
The prototype set, the $500 prototype set, the Bloody Pandora, as long as I have whatever is in stock at the time that Ninja hits 15K before Valicon, I will auction off that entire run to one of his listeners.
You know, I got to clip that now. I got to clip it and I got to advertise it.
Yep. Now, you said auction, but you got to be clear.
This is a clip show.
All right. We can do something on your channel where we do something where when your listeners during a certain time, we'll auction it off to those listeners at that time. But however we want to do it, as soon as you hit 15K before Valicon, I will give away every item that I have in the warehouse right now.
One of each.
One of each.
That's a big deal. Yep.
Wow. Dang.
It's going to happen. Whew. I hope you're ready. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
We still got 33 super chats, so let me rapid fire through these, guys. I appreciate every single one of them. If I go fast, it's because I got to get through it. We're going to hit 3 hours on this show. Action figure Atorium. Thank you, sir. He is the one. I just want to shout him out real quick. He is the one that sent me my Bratz Car Owners Club, aka membership card, and he anointed me officially a toy guru.
Hey,
right there.
I'm the fucking toy guru.
I have the member. I have my license.
You may be a member just because I'm around. I'm the toy guru. Me.
Holy hell. I'm going to get to this super right away because that's crazy.
Yeah, you should, Ryan.
Alex Rosato.
Whoa!
Oh, that's not cheap. That's not cheap. What?
Whoa!
That ain't cheap. $100 super chat. Thanks, man. Alex.
Holy shit.
Wow. Let me just read it. Just subbed. Great stuff. Desert Rat. Cheers. Ninja. Keep slicing. Bobby, thank you for the line. Fan from the start. Is there maybe a M.A.S.K specific characters and kits? Kill Switch is my medic.
Every character has a specific M.A.S.K, and when I create a new character, I research every M.A.S.K to make sure it fits with that character. We got a character coming in the spring that I haven't debuted yet, and I made sure I researched all of her M.A.S.K. So yes, definitely.
Alex, thank you. You're a champion. You get a round of applause. Thank you, sir. Wow. Very nice of you. I do want to get back to Action Figure Atorium. Thank you, sir. He says, Valiverse idea. Everyone loves a character with an animal sidekick. How about a beekeeper with a beehive on a stick? Bonus, soft goods, helmet, and net.
Stop it.
X-Swarm Trooper is a beekeeper now. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. CC Graham, thank you for the super chat. Ninja likes kicks. Who would have seen that coming? Yes, sir. Our friend TJ from India. Thank you, sir. He says, received my 4 dork side last week here in India. Awesome, man. I'm glad you got those. He says he loves them. Can't wait for Bloody Pandora and others. Also, Articulated Ninja, love your videos, man. You inspired me to make my first custom McFarlane Halo mech for bats. Oh, cool. Yeah, for the Battle Android Trooper. Cool, man. Right on, TJ. Appreciate you, man. And another one from TJ. Question to my favorite YouTuber, Articulated Ninja. Why the anonymity?
I'm not sure what that word means.
It means, why do you keep the mask on?
Oh, so there's 2 things. One, I keep the mask on because just like every superhero, I want to protect the people that I love. But the second thing is I just want it to be different than I feel like with paid content creators that you can purchase their opinions. I feel like a lot of these guys enjoy being in front of the camera and making it all about them. They want to be recognized when they go to shows. They want all the adulation or whatever word you want to use. They want to be like, oh yeah, that's me. Come up to me. I'm just not like that. So I didn't want in my videos, I didn't want to have a toy review channel or anything regarding toys where it's like, hey guys, look at me more than you look at the actual products. I wanted everything to be based around the actual products, not me. Who I am doesn't matter. My face, none of that stuff matters. But good action figures, they matter to all of us. So that's what I want the focus on my stuff to be. Good action figures.
Solid, man.
That's awesome.
Hold on. I'm gonna follow suit.
The bone collector mask. I need one of those.
Yeah, I need one of those.
Anonymity, baby. Anonymity.
Nice.
That's nice.
Bobby, you still look like an asshole. So sorry.
Yeah, Bobby, you can't do that though because you're a business owner, so you can't hide. It'll make the business look shady. People want to see who they're buying here from. So you're not allowed to hide.
I gotta hide. That's like the thing going, man.
All right,
dude, you're gonna get memed so much from tonight's show. You're gonna get memed.
I'm hoping that channel that I talked about, maybe he'll contact me and be like, hey man, I'll have you on again because I had you on before. And I'm sorry that I served up softball questions to Super 7 and then shit on M.A.S.K. I'll have you on. He won't. But I'm hoping. I'm holding out hope.
Dude, the shit actually fits him too. It's perfect. Look at his nose and everything. It fits.
It's built for him. We got to TJ's. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Hey, just want to show some love and support. You guys all rock. Regards from Costa Rica. Oh, shout out to Costa Rica. He says Pura Vida. P.S. Can't wait to get my wave 3. Can't wait to get my wave 3 to get here. He can't wait for wave 3. The ladies, absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna love them, man. Thank you so much, Alex. Not Top Goon once again. Thanks, brother. Bobby, make sure you have Tony's Vanguard bottom, middle, and then top.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Another one from TJ, all the way from Delhi. Thank you, sir. He says, offer to you 4 gentlemen stands. Come to Delhi. We'd love to show you around. We don't have any toy cons in India, but toy community would love to meet. That would be amazing.
I said multiple times, if Valor goes wherever, any con he goes to, I'm down to go. So
even in Delhi, India?
Just go to India, man. I feel
I'm gonna have him protecting me. You know how many guns he got?
That's true. He has. He does. He has many.
Do they have casinos in India? Because if they do, let's go.
I think they probably do.
Let's go. I want to roll some dice.
TJ, if you're still watching, let us know if they got casinos in India.
Yeah, we'll go.
And don't send a super chat. Just put it in the regular chat and we'll get to it.
We'll do a Valacon sponsored trip to India.
Look, the second that you brought up a casino and us 4 in a casino, the first thing I thought about was The Hangover. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Some crazy wild shit happening.
I mean, listen, I got a lot of stories from casinos, man.
So I went to India one time, right? I'll make this real quick. When I was going to India, my friend said to me, you got to look out for Delhi belly, like don't drink the tap water, don't have ice in your drinks because the water's not clean. And I was like, bro, all throughout the 1980s, people were saying the same thing about Spain. And we in England, we were all going to Spain on holiday. I'm good. I'm sweet. So I'm over in India and I'm drinking out of the taps. I'm washing in ditches. I'm good. And I'm quite a regular man. I like to go in the mornings and I'm out with my friend at this bar. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I says, Bobby, and not this Bobby. It's my friend Bobby. I said, Bobby, I'm quite a regular man. I go in the mornings and it's 10 o'clock at night and I need to go. He's like, well, I think you should go. I said, yeah, I think I'm going to go. So I went to the toilet and the entire world fell out my ass. It was like that. Jelly Belly's real, folks. No offense, TJ Singh. I'm just not used to your water.
All right, TJ, he says, oh, it's going fast. TJ says, I work for an online gaming and offline casino company as head of HR. We have casinos legal. I'm in state of Goa. There you go. They got casinos.
Oh, we're off.
All right. Nelson Morales. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. He says, too funny. No, Bobby, it wasn't me who asked from Puerto Rico, but I'm still waiting.
No, I know who it was. It wasn't you. It's the same person.
All right. Thank you, Killamogwai, for the super chat. 4 POA, sneak attack. Yes. I think, this is not going to be the last time we have Articulated Ninja on, I hope.
Nope.
So,
yep. I'll be back.
All right. We'll do 4 POA. Stefan, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. From Canada. Congrats on 3,000, gents. Love the channel and been watching from the jump. Action Force are 50 plus in Canada, so got to be selective. But pulling the trigger on a desert rat tonight. Right on, man. Heck yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
But I think 50 Canadian is about 35 American, but still maybe it's 40. Yeah, it's a bit more. Yeah.
I mean, listen, we got a couple of retailers. We have 3 retailers in Canada. So hopefully they got you covered.
All right. Thank you, sir. Omega Weapon 13. Bobby, will you be making gripping hands with vertical hinge? I did ask for that myself. Like without the trigger finger, like holding a knife. Stab, stabby, stab.
I mean, no. So the C grips have the vertical range
with the trigger finger, but he's talking about just the regular grip.
Oh, that's right. They go east west.
Yeah.
We could look into it.
We're already like drowning in hands, so that would just be like another cherry on top.
Listen, if you talk to Talker Art, he's like, "Fuck those hands, man. I don't need those hands."
Yeah, he doesn't want them. Yep.
He's like, I'm just gonna throw them in a drawer. Fuck those hands.
Yeah. Robert Diaz, thank you, sir. Bobby has to be happy. Companies like Hasbro don't put real-looking guns in with their figures anymore. It's just more money and customers for him.
No, man, listen. They should be. Listen, they should be. Again, guys, I'm not trying to take credit for anything, but I don't listen to the live streams. I heard they were doing some troopers that come with some fucking gear. It sucks for Lenny that he's got to copy my shit because I'm sure that burns him the fuck up with his stupid fucking mustache. But that fuck is going to keep copying off of me no matter what. You're fucking welcome.
Oh,
guys,
God.
Listen. I've copied them. They've copied me. We all live together. It's all fucking good. But fuck them.
Did you work with him at Hasbro?
I did. Oh, so here's the thing with Lenny. Why I hate Lenny so much? Because people are like, oh, why you hate Lenny? So I worked with Lenny when we were on superhero mashers together. And again, I'm a boat rocker. I'm going to tell you when something doesn't work or when something's a bad idea. Lenny's a company man. He's going to take that cock right in his face. Like, all over my fucking mustache. That's not how I roll, man. That's not how I roll. So I caught Lenny in a lie once, like a big lie, a huge lie. And I confronted him. And I pulled out my dick and I said, you pull out your dick and let's see if you're willing to tell the truth. And he didn't. His dick shriveled up. It shriveled up inside, and it said, "No. I'm not going to tell the truth. I'm gonna ride the lie." So Lenny, that fat mustache fuck, lied and got caught, and he didn't man up. So I said, "Fuck you. You're dead to me."
Oh, God.
My boss at the time was like, "Hey, you should like smooth things over," and I said, "Nope." He needs to smooth things over at me. I don't need to smooth things over at him. He got caught in a lie. He should man up and be like, sorry, man, I lied to you. I'm sorry. And all would have been forgotten. I would have shook his hand.
Vala, when you hold people accountable, it's called toxicity. You're being toxic when you hold people accountable.
I'm toxic. Him said I'm toxic. So basically, I said, dude, all you got to do is man up. Say you're sorry. We could have had a beer. Everything would have been fine. But he didn't. So I said, you're dead to me. Dude, there were times where we would walk in the morning. It was a long hallway in Hasbro. You walk in, I'd pass him. I'd fucking eye him up. I wouldn't even look. Now, this is a dude that's twice my fucking size. Twice my fucking size. Wouldn't even look at me. And I would fucking stare him down. I was looking into the soul of fucking whatever.
Oh, God.
Wouldn't even look at me. I was like, you aren't even a man. You aren't even a man. You have no balls. You have no dick. You're not a man.
He said he was a him.
Listen, you may have a mustache, but you're not a man because you couldn't even look me in the eye. And you couldn't even. So that's why I hate Lenny. It has nothing to do with G.I. Joe. You guys think, oh, I hate Lenny because he's on G.I. Joe and I got tossed off G.I. Joe. No, I didn't get tossed off G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, the third movie got scrapped, so I went back to Marvel where the money was. That's why it happened. I hate Lenny for that reason. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle, you dumb fucks. So that's why. That's why. So now, he, stupid broom handle mustache over there with his, she, him sidekick over there. That's why I don't like him. All he had to do was say, yes, you caught me in a lie.
God.
So sorry, I got off on a tangent. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Dude, the haters are going to come out so hard after
this. They are. Go ahead, guys. Get 4,000 pages of his tank. Go ahead. All 10 of you guys with no fucking lives. Wait till you get on his tank. You guys are so awesome. And you know what? 5 of you, 10 guys, buy my fucking shit anyway.
Oh, man. All right. Thank you, Robert, for that question.
What good is a mustache if your penis is hidden by your pubes?
Oh,
exactly.
God.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I know your son's
emotional. Damn it. Hey, you know what? If he's part of that big layoff in a couple weeks, come on by and submit your resume.
Oh, man.
I got a job waiting. I got a job waiting for you. I got 2 bathrooms here with 2 toilets. Get ready, baby. Get ready.
If they're invited to Joe Fest, we're gonna have to fight. There's gonna be a rumble.
Let's go.
He already got the mask on. He's ready. He's ready.
Let's go. Let's go.
I was ready last year. I was gonna slap someone in the face with a flip flop. It was all good.
All right, Transporter Room 8. Transporter 8. Thank you for the super chat once again. This is very different as a consumer. Having an owner who actually listens to his customers is bananas. It is not nostalgia. It is something new, something different. There you go.
Hulk Hogan, baby.
Thank you. Not Top Goon. Once again, thank you, Not Top Goon. I found this old first responder military 6-inch figure line called Plan B. I remember those. Wondering your thoughts about it, Bobby. If you know it, I'd love to have a modern firefighter figure being a volunteer firefighter.
I'm not familiar with that line. Shoot me an email and send me that shit.
Yeah, Plan B, they put out like first responders and police officers.
They had some really nice SWAT figures and stuff in their time. Like those SWAT officers look pretty nice. Yeah. They had dogs and everything, I think.
Yeah. Dated by today's standards, old, outdated articulation, but they fit in with Legends back in the day really nice.
Okay.
Yep. Robert's Infinite Realm. Thank you. Super 7 blows. Enough said.
No, they don't. They're great. No,
don't be toxic. Don't be toxic.
Give him his super chat back. How dare you talk bad about Super 7? How dare you? How dare you? Listen, on this channel, we love Super 7. And you know what? Everything they put out is fantastic. Everything.
Yep.
No matter what it is, it's awesome. Give him back his super chat.
I love that Andre the Giant figure. That looks like the dude from Everybody. Autumn Rain, thank you for the super chat. Once again, thank you, Ninja, for being one of the only content creators to be vocal about Valaverse's improvements after Series 1, even after holding Bobby accountable.
Couldn't have done it without him.
Awesome. Thank you, Autumn Rain. Robert's Infinite Realms, once again, thank you, sir. I might have 3 viewers, but at least I'm not a shill. Ah, there you go. Everyone check out Robert's Infinite Realms right there. He needs more viewers. A world made of cardboard, thank you once again, sir. Battle ready right out of the box needs to be on a t-shirt.
We should make some articulated ninja shirts that say battle ready right out of the box.
Be cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I would them at Joe Fest.
Yep.
Valicon. I'm sorry. Valicon.
Valicon.
Headcanon, thank you for the super chat. I don't hate Hasbro. I'm disappointed because I know they can do better. Exactly. Yeah.
I don't think nobody here hates classified. Nobody here hates G. We want better figures. That's it. We want better figures, and we don't want the company to be as greedy as they're being. That's it.
Yeah, I probably have like 40 classified figures.
I love this shit.
Right.
I love it. I just want it to be good. That's it.
That doesn't mean we can't criticize what. Huh?
It's not too much to ask, is it? That you want one of your favorite toy lines from childhood to be good.
Yeah, that's it.
How many?
Am I being toxic?
Listen, didn't I have a couple classified figures on my best of 2021? I mean, I missed the 2022 show, but listen, I had Zartan on there. I would have had Serpentor on my 2022 show. Guys, it's okay. Like, I like classified. I don't like when they fuck up. I wish Lenny wasn't doing it, but I'm a G.I. Joe fan. I have a fucking room in my house called the Joe Room that has every single G.I. Joe figure made. Fuck off.
All right. Sudahuba, thank you for the super chat. I sat on a duster and trigger since the summer, and I just opened them on this live stream, and they're solid. Thanks, Bobby. I'm going to review these on my channel tomorrow at Sudahuba.
Awesome. Trigger's a great figure.
Subahuba. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Another one from our friend TJ over in Delhi. He says, Action Force complements my Joes so well. Yeah, a lot of people mix them together. In fact, makes them better. There you go. They complement each other. Cool. 100%. Thank you, TJ. JD Stetson, thank you for the super chat. This is a great way to spend a Saturday night. I agree.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. When you're in the future.
I'm in the future.
Axion Figs, thank you, sir. Everyone believes their opinion matters. It's true. Thank you, sir. A world made of cardboard. Once again, thank you. Don't mess with Tony. With his military training, he can fall asleep anywhere and wake up ready to fight at a moment's notice. Unless he's passed out at Joe Fest, then
I don't know about that. When I woke up in Bobby's conference room watching UFC, I wasn't ready to fight anybody. I just needed
no, he was not. 100%
all right,
not ready to fight.
Tyler, thank you for the super chat. Bobby, I have a suggestion for a gun for the future: the Knights Armament Light Assault Machine Gun. It's Action Force AF. He's talking different language to me. What is that?
I get it. There's only one person that controls the guns in this line, and that's me. Unless you're Tony, who pushes me to do an M240 Bravo, and then I fucking do it, even though I hate that gun. But, I mean, listen, Mark II Designs got me to do a Glock, and I fucking hate Glocks. So, gotta give and take. We'll see. I got a lot of guns on the list.
All right. Michael Frazier, thank you for the super chat. Loving the show and Series 3. All you guys are great. Keep it up. Thank you, Michael Frazier. Appreciate you. Ramen Toys. I think 3POA podcast needs a sequel to this live stream. Haven't really covered the toy politics subject all that much. We have touched on it. It's been a lot about.
Throughout the show, if you go back and listen to the show, there were a lot of points made by all four of us that encompassed a whole toy politic, section of it.
Yeah, when we say toy politics, we're talking the YouTube community, the toy collecting community, and relationships with the companies making these things. So we did touch upon it, but I would totally be down for a sequel to this stream. Thanks, Ace. Scott Hughes. Shout out to Scott. This man sends me hot sauce. I love this guy. He says, please more Ninja live streams. Maybe it needs to be a 4 POA. Ninja, if you start doing your own live streams, I'll be there. Me too. Also, here's a little to help with the shipping for the giveaway prizes. Thanks, Scott. You rock, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Daniel Dorian, thank you for the super chat. Bobby, do you currently collect Kenner Star Wars? I'm going to put that one on hold until Bobby gets back and get back to that. But I will say, yes, he does. Marvelous Nerd, thank you for the super chat. Oops, meant to say bye. But thanks, Bobby. Okay, got it. Thank you, Marvelous Nerd. Master Son 42, once again, thank you. I won't volunteer to help Bobby. I heard he has a slave driver.
This is 100% true. I don't mind. I don't mind volunteering my time to work for Bobby packing orders. Just do not expect lunch because those guys start at like 7 a.m. and then they break for dinner at like 6 p.m. There's no lunch break at Valaverse.
Wow,
Bobby doesn't do lunch.
They got to get them orders out.
You do. You do.
John Papa Sergio, thank you, sir. Bobby, any chance of a character coming with a robotic dog that is similar to the Boston Robotics dogs, perhaps a bomb squad agent? Again, John, I'm going to get back to that when Bobby comes back.
I'll answer this on Bobby's behalf. Probably not. I don't think we're going to get a robotic dog.
And once again, Alex Rosado, thank you for that massive super chat, man. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Okay, Darth Tur. Okay, before we get to Darth Turs, you got 2 super chats coming in with questions for you, Bobby. The first one from Daniel Dorian.
The one time I take a piss for the 7th time.
From Daniel Dorian, Bobby, do you currently collect Kenner Star Wars?
Do I currently collect Kenner Star Wars? Tony, do I currently collect Kenner Star Wars? Let's talk about Kenner Star Wars for a second. Hold on.
As much as I collect modern Valaverse figures.
Listen. So Jordan, who's out there listening, I gave him a lesson on the Vinyl Cape Jawa. And then I proceeded to give every single person that came in a lesson on the Vinyl Cape Jawa. Do I collect Kenner Star Wars? Fuck yeah, I do. And you know what? It's a sickness. And it's a sickness that took me over like a virus and said, I'm going to latch onto you and I'm going to make you collect everything Kenner Star Wars. So what happened was I got a Vinyl Cape Jawa. And then I said, well, no, I need more than a Vinyl Cape Jawa. I need the little Letty removable hood or the removable hood Jawa. So I got that one too. Over $2,000 worth of figures for 2 figures that are this big. Jeez. Then I said, wait a second. I need every Jawa that's on card. I need the 12 back, then I need the Empire Strikes Back, then I need the Return of the Jedi, then I need the Power of the Force with the coin. So I went down a road. Dude, I don't even want to get started with, do I collect Kenner Star Wars? I collect Kenner Star Wars, and it sucks. It sucks, and it's expensive.
So make more Action Force orders on Valaverse.com.
So yeah, thanks for your Action Force orders. So I just put it towards Kenner Star Wars.
Okay, and Tony kind of answered this one from John. He wants to know if you're going to make a robotic dog that is similar to the Boston Robotics dogs, perhaps a bomb squad agent.
Nope.
Okay.
That's what I said.
No, I mean, listen, that's kind of cool, but it's a one-off. You got to remember, you got to like tool that dog for a one-time use. You know what I mean? So that's the problem with doing like sidekicks and dogs and shit like that. You're getting one use out of it. Yeah. So, you know, it's expensive. Maybe when the line gets like ridiculously huge, yeah, we can do those one-off kind of things.
All right, Ninja, you good to go? Because we're about 3 hours and 8 minutes into this. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I could be here all night. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, we got some more super chats to get through. They're still coming in. Darth Turs, thank you for the super chat. There should have been an Accessory of the Year Nerdy Award. I agreed. Hands down winner would have been Delta Gear Pack. So much value for $12.99. The vests were game changers. So much use for so many lines. Indeed.
That thing sold like crazy.
Yep. Thank you, Darth
and
Turs.
It's sold out. I don't have any left.
Right.
Lyle Convoy, thanks again, man. Mask could be worse. Could be a lion mask that looks like it had a stroke. That mask he wears is creepy, dude. So was the Bathe at My Milk commercial he made for us. Oh, my God. Oh, I have nightmares. Thank you, Lyle. Saints fan 1221, once again, thank you, sir. As a Navy vet, Kill Switch's file card helped me come up with my Steel Brigade backstory. Cool. I still haven't done that.
Yeah, she's a Navy vet.
Right on. Cool. Thank you, Saints fan. Kevin's Travels, learning a lot about me. That was the India water drinking story.
I started that chat. I know what it was.
Yeah. Tony
I'm
Rubbles.
sorry, Gavin. Gavin, this channel is not for children. So
Tony Robles, thank you for the super chat. Bro, I leave for an hour and Bobby's wearing the Carrick mask and that's Bone Collector mask, but that's okay. And Tony's dying. Hell yeah, boys. Now I know the dream's getting good. Yes, sir. Thank you, Tony. Honest mistake with the...
yeah,
with
that's when Bobby was talking about Lenny. I just lost it, man.
Yeah.
I saw you laughing.
I was losing it, bro.
Roll Keeper, thank you. Oh, God, the Lenny bashing is effing hilarious. Yes. Thank you. Remember, you can buy classified. You don't have to be offended. Bobby had a personal relationship with Lenny and Dwight. So that's the personal issue that he is working through in therapy. I'm kidding. No, I don't know.
Hey, Lenny still got my number, and I think I still have Lenny's number in my phone.
Oh, he should call you.
Can come by anytime, baby. Come by anytime. I'll show you how to make toys. I'll show you.
Eight and Skate. Thank you. I want some of what Vala is drinking. That was coming in during the Lenny rant. Oh yeah, Jack Daniels Honey. Martin Hughes, thank you for the super chat. Valaverse Hulk Hogan figure?
Stop
Probably
it.
Never.
Listen. I was an Ultimate Warrior fan, so I sided with Ultimate Warrior WrestleMania 6. So I'm a Warrior fan, not a Hogan fan. Hogan said a lot of bad things about the Ultimate Warrior. I don't like Hogan. I'm a Warrior fan.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to be a Hogan fan sometimes nowadays.
But
I keep it about the character. I love the Hogan character from the 80s and 90s.
Sure.
Yep. Keep up the character. Okay, Martin Hughes, thank you. Lio Convoy, once again. Lio, thanks, man. I will talk bad about Super 7. I will make Brian mauled, seethe, cope, and get on his personal account to cry. His Thundercats line sucks, and he should feel bad for it. That is
I feel like someone should have a live stream where me and Brian Flynn are on the same channel. I would do it. Would he? He would never do it. I would do it.
It should be on Lio Convoy.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yep. No one.
That's the difference, man. I would do it. He wouldn't.
No one knows Thundercats like Lio.
Yeah.
Geek Viper, thank you, sir. He says, I love my wife, but that doesn't mean I don't call her out when she's being a bitch. Wow. And she's not watching this stream. No. Wow. Thank you, Geek Viper. Robert's Infinite Realms. Thank you once again. Tots love Joe, but am selective. It's hit and miss.
Totes love Joe, I think he means.
Totes. Oh, yeah. He totally loves Joe's. Okay. Got it. Yeah, it is hit and miss. I don't buy them all. I passed on a couple from the most recent wave. Like the Dusty. I didn't need that one.
I mean, guys, I get them all. Ryan just got me fucking Rakondo. I was psyched.
Yeah.
He sent me a text. He said, hey, you need Rakondo? I said, yup.
Right.
Yep.
Ryan, you didn't text me the same thing.
You don't want the Tiger Force or Python Patrol stuff. I already knew that. I listened to you.
I want a Rakondo, bro. I need that Australian slouch hat and that mustache. Hey, Ninja, what do you call him on your channel? Robert?
Yeah.
I need a Robert.
If I find one, I'll grab it for you. I didn't know that.
But talking about being selective, it's crazy. We're talking about toy politics and toy prices, and it's hard for me to understand someone that's a completist with Marvel Legends. That's very hard.
Sense, yeah.
Very hard considering the route that they have been going down for the last year and plus. It is very hard for me to understand that concept. I even understand people that collect pops, but it's getting to the point where if you say that you're a completist when it comes to Marvel Legends, you look crazy. Like you look crazy with what the company's putting out. And that's sad. That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like pretty much a completist with Marvel Legends through 2018. Like 2014, 2018. And those were some really good years in there. But 2019, it just got out of hand. You know,
that's what I was going to ask. What changed for you that made you not care about being a completist anymore?
It was too many. And I think that's when the price started to creep up, I think. Like they started doing the specialty waves in the summer, which like went from 20 to 25. You know, like Bobby, your Thor, your classic Thor and Iron Man, that stuff went from 20 to 25, and
yeah,
it was just it was like 140 figures a year.
The build a figure part, you know, so it was like, whoa, how do you justify that markup with no build a figure part?
Yeah, and that was at the end of the MCU, and I'm like, that feels like a good endpoint. for that whole series. I don't want to keep collecting these figures. It's going to go on forever. And so that's when I backed off the MCU too. So that's like half of what they make now is MCU. So yeah, no longer a completionist. All right, Nostalgia Knot. Thank you for the super chat. Bobby has been shooting from the hip and dropping real industry info since his Infinity Equation days. Hasbros and gurus bring nothing to the table. Yep.
You know, listen, I've been saying what I've been saying for a long time. I haven't gotten canceled. I haven't, like I'm still around. So it's like,
let's not push it. Let's not jinx anything, man. Relax.
Know, right? But seriously, it's like, I mean, I've been saying what I've been saying for a couple of years now, and I'm still around. So what are you trying to say? Our views are super fucking high on this channel. So
and they try to cancel Talker Art, and he gained thousands of subs, and he gets at least 5,000 video.
What happened was Talker Art came in. Talker Art was like Shaq. He caught that ball in the paint, and he said, "What? Cancel what?" And he slammed that shit, and he said, "Nope."
Speaking of Talker Art, I don't know if I'm correct, but I'm pretty sure when I was going back through the 3POA library archive, this is the same month that you guys had Talker on last year, right?
It was early 2022.
Yeah,
it was the same month.
We were still on my channel then. I'll be able to tell you actually. I think so. I think 12 months ago is when we had Talker on.
Yeah, the special guest was Talker on. 12 months later, it's me. That shit is hilarious, man.
Yep. And Talker Art's coming back next month.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep. All right. Preston Phalanx. Oh, here's a question. Thank you for the super chat. Articulated Ninja. Is the issue with Iron Can 3000 over?
I don't worry about that guy. I don't worry about him. I hope that he doesn't worry about me. I hope he's trying to be happy the same way we all should be doing. It is what it is. I left it in the past. To be honest, I didn't even want to leave any videos up. But because of the way things played out the way that they did, I kind of had no choice but to. So, but yeah, I don't worry about that guy. I don't think about him.
They're still around.
Thank you, Princeton. Princeton. Joe Bromez, thank you for the super chat. Jordan don't know Star Wars.
No, he knows Star Wars now.
Okay. Tony, are you still starring these?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Not Top Goon, thank you once again. Hey, Bobby, could I message you on Instagram about Plan B?
Sure, man.
Are you not Top Goon on Instagram too? Because he's going to have to dig for that one.
No, I see all the messages that come in.
Okay.
But speaking of Talk Art real fast, and that question about speaking of Talk Art, I do think it's important if you run a YouTube channel where you criticize either other people, companies, or whatever, I do think it's important to not hide your face or hide who you are 24/7. Because when I go to the cons, I'm gonna be walking around just like this. I'll be right next to Vala. Anybody that wants to discuss anything or has a disagreement, you can walk up. It's okay. I'm not worried. You can walk up. We can have a conversation. And that really became aware to me when Dan recognized exactly who Talker Art was. Because if Talker Art just hid behind the camera 24/7, Dan he would have had no idea who actually just walked into his booth. And credit and respect to Talker Art, because Talker Art doesn't hide. So I said, okay, even though on my channel, my face doesn't matter. Who I am doesn't matter. It's just good action figures that matter. I still want people to be able to recognize me like Dan when I walk into their booth, because nobody's hiding. But that's what Valor talks about when he talks about being a man. So
cool. Right on, man. LMYL69. Thank you. You four guys are changing the entire game. The four of you together are unstoppable. Make Ninja a part of the Valicon crew. He is. He's part of Valicon.
He is.
He's going to be there.
Yep. Well, he's the reason you get a weapon with your basic troopers. He's part of the Valicon crew.
Yep. Ninja, you should have prints of your logo. This one, let's see. I got to bring it up again. This one right here. Have prints of your logo at Valicon, and you should be signing them.
Yep, that's a good
People
idea.
love that.
I'm going to try to be set up right next to Valor. So,
yep.
I've stared at that logo so much in the last 2 days making those two white potato productions.
And
I appreciate the white potato productions.
You're very welcome, man.
You got to have a little Bluetooth speaker at your booth too with this plane.
Right.
All right. Tony Robles, thank you for the super chat. Dakota Professional, if you can make the best version of an action figure line and you don't, shame on you.
Who said that? Did I say that?
I think he's quoting you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tony. As always, we're going to see him at Valicon. Marvelous Nerd, once again, thank you, sir. Warrior is overrated, just like Steve Nash. Oh snap! Fighting words. Fighting
just
words.
Like Steve Nash.
How dare you? Steve Nash won 2 MVPs in a row.
Who the hell is Steve Nash?
Hey, fuck
NBA.
you, Tony. Fuck you, Tony. He was the greatest.
They don't have an NBA by Tony.
Listen, the greatest Canadian basketball player that ever lived. Ever lived. He went out there with sweaty long hair and he passed to Dirk and he made Dirk look good. Warrior was not overrated. Warrior won. He was the only one to beat Hogan clean during that time. How dare you? Throw them out of the chat. Give them their
he's
super
out.
chat back.
I'm going to finish the super chat, though. Thank you, Marvelous Nerd. He says, joking.
I wholeheartedly agree with Bobby's comments about the Ultimate Warrior. I'm not a wrestling fan, but the Ultimate Warrior is the shit.
He says, Bobby, Team Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania runs wild.
Nope.
That's right, brother.
Nope.
Caleb W., thank you for the super chat. If we can't make it to the cons, does that mean we are SOL on the Action Point Redemption and aforementioned exclusives?
No.
That's bullshit.
What?
Ultimate Warrior all the way.
That's right. Ultimate Warrior all the way.
That's what I said.
That's right.
Him over Hulk.
No, the Action Points exclusive redemption is for everybody worldwide. Just wait.
It's going to be amazing.
The first people to get it will be the ones.
The first people to get it, listen, the first people to get it will be a JoeCon, but we're going to announce what it is just before Valicon so that the people that go to Valicon can partake in it. Everyone else will be able to partake in it. Don't worry.
So if you're going to Valicon, bring your action points?
Yup.
Okay. Wait for the official announcement. Go to Veliverse.com.
Ryan is going to need another suitcase.
What's that?
Ryan is going to need another suitcase. That's why he asked, should I bring the action points? Because he already knows he's packing another suitcase now.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't have enough. You need 8,700 action points to get the exclusive.
Maybe
I only have 8,600.
Maybe you only need a certain amount for this one, and there's going to be more points for one later.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Who knows? Thank you, Caleb. And Marvelous Nerd says he stole one from Kobe.
Yup.
Okay.
He did, because he's awesome.
And we got
awesome.
We got big time YouTuber in here. Matt
I'm drunk too.
I know Matt had reviews. I'm drunk too. What was that, a ghost? That's what he says. I love that guy. He says this chat is effing hilarious. I'm too drunk too. Super 7 rules. Hopefully they get the Running Man and Flash license.
Stop it, man.
Dude, hey, Running Man would be cool.
Running Man would be cool.
Dude,
Running Man would be cool.
Their running poses are the best out there. The Super 7, yeah.
This is my running pose.
Jeez, we got
This
more.
is my running pose because this is only as far as I can bend my elbow.
That is like the 10th different pose that Vala has done tonight on this stream.
Ivan, he was joking about 8,000. That's a joke. Yeah. All right. Loaded potato. What? Who said that? Okay. Marvelous Nerd. I already read that. Roll Keeper. Thank you. I might have to get an extra room for Valicon now. Yeah. For all the Action Force figures you're gonna buy. They need their own room. And then Master Son 42. Thank you, sir. Wait. Now I have to cut up my boxes. Oh man! In future, can the points be inside the box so that I don't cut up my boxes? No.
Yeah, let me just up my cost on the boxes by just putting the points inside the box. Come on, man. Come on.
It is bittersweet though, because the art on the boxes is so nice. They
I
are
know,
so
but
nice.
it's not
Ryan
like-
admitted he felt bad cutting them. He doesn't want to throw them
But
away.
It's not like the points hinder the art. If I put the point like over an art like piece of artwork,
You're
yeah,
right.
I'd be an asshole. It's in the back. It's in
By
the
the
back.
way,
You won't even miss it.
We'll just do a scrapbook update here. Right here. Yeah, I got all of
That makes
series
sense.
1. All of series 1 in here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my god. I
You're a
love it.
sick individual.
It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, this potato has sprouted.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And then Lio Convoy, the last super chat of the night. Thank you so much. Be right back. Making Hatter my arch nemesis now because of Subpar 7. That'd be a hell of a rivalry. Mad Hatter versus Lio Convoy. And Mad Hatter says, I kid. All right. Cool. Thank you, everyone, so much. There was a bunch of stuff here I didn't even get to. There were so many super chats, and I appreciate your generosity. We're going to have you back, Ninja, sooner rather than later, hopefully.
Anytime.
Yeah.
This was definitely fun. Like I said, it sucks because with the way that we run our channels, and when you don't pick a side, you pick a side. That's just what I believe in. Nobody has to agree with me. But being that I'm not on the side of the billion-dollar company that's putting out shit right now, being that I'm not on that side, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the people that are on that side. So to be on the chat with you guys definitely means a lot. And that's, Retro commented earlier, touching on that I think we just need to have a support group every Thursday or some shit to deal with these guys.
Yeah.
That's the next show. And Nostalgia Not, thank you. He says, Mad Hatter reviews on 3POA. I would love to. Now, look, I love Mad Hatter reviews. I'm going to announce it right now. Next week is Anthony's Customs. He's coming on the show.
Hey.
Not next week. Not next week, the next show. So in 2 weeks. And then we have plans with Talker Art, but that's kind of tentative right now because we know he is recovering.
Yeah, we
And
need
then
him
we're
to
gonna
heal
take
up.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're going to take some time off from having guests because the show needs to be about the 3 hosts and the occasional guest. So we're going hard right now in the beginning of 2023, 3 guests in a row. Take some time off, just the 3 of us, and then we'll get back into having a guest every now and then. And I would love Mad Hatter to be one of them because that guy is hilarious. If you're not subbed to his channel, do yourself a favor and go check it out. We just got a super chat and I'm waiting for it. There it is. Eric Alfred Abel. Thank you. A support group with thickies. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a good video. Okay. Ninja, thank you so much. Link to his channel in the description
Thank
below. Link to all our socials in the description below, including Instagram for you, Ninja. So check that out if you haven't. Marvelous Nerd. Thank you so much. See you at Valicon with my Hulkamania shirt. He's getting them.
Don't come by this booth. Nope.
You can get slammed. All right. Or the Stone Cold Stunner. Right there. Okay, guys. I'm going to end the stream before we get more super chats because there's one. Scott Hughes. Thank you, sir. He said on 3 POA off weeks, Ninja streams. Ninja, you thinking about doing something like that?
Yeah. That would be pretty dope. But I want to base my streaming schedule around anything that's not conflicting with you guys. So we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. But if you guys are not over on 3POA, you should be over there with me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Again, Ninja, thank you so much. Anything
Thank
else,
you guys
guys?
for having me.
You're welcome. You're part of the family now. You're part of the crew. So you're welcome back anytime you want.
Thank you.
I think that's all we got. So I look
Hit the
forward
like.
to seeing
Anybody that's still here, hit the like. Thank you guys. The chat was hilarious tonight. Thank
Yes, it
you.
was.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wish I could have got to more of the chat, but as you guys could see, they were flying in. So later, everyone. Appreciate you all. Please hit the subscribe and like on your way out.
Let's close the show with this, guys. Subscribe to Articulated Ninja.
Yes.
Congrats on the nerdies.
Thank you.
Hey, buddy, the white potato, eh? Okay, look at you.
We are back to present to you in this year's Nerdy Awards. This category is loaded. Man, is it a big deal. Some of the best in the business are in this category. And your nominees are The Amazing, Anthony's Customs, Boog Nice, Articulated Ninja, Land Speeder Luke, Articulated Ninja.
And this award is for the best toy personality of 2022. So here's your nominees. The Fwoosh, Geek, Dad, Life, Shartimus Prime, The Articulated Ninja, David Displays Model Behavior, and the 3POA Podcast. And the winner is Articulated Ninja. Articulated Ninja won again. Holy crap.
Wakanda forever!
So like I always say, life is short. Try to appreciate it more than you complain about it. Peace.